cookie cutters, God gave you a nose to breathe with so you can keep your mouth shut. Welcome to the podcast. Take a seat.
Hello, fans. Good morning, fans. Robzilla back in action.
It's good to see you. We also got the champion, Adam McLeod,
Buster
along
Douglas.
with Andrew and myself, doing the
Lenny is so
original
proud of you.
Delray Misfits podcast.
Yeah.
Brad, do you have anything to say?
Episode 70.
Adam went from knockout king to camera boy.
See how humble he is?
70 episodes. That went pretty... I remember listening to you, like, number 1, 2, number 3 with Big Richard. That went pretty quick.
Yeah, well, how many years has it been?
If we weren't
Only
such
done-
lazy assholes, we'd be like 150 by now.
That's true. I moved here almost over a year and a half ago, and that was what? Episode 54 was my drunk one that I finally listened to for the first time. And I liked it.
That was like March 2019.
So what made you want to come to swim in the piss again? Jump back in the lake of piss.
Well...
You got out pretty
You
pretty
can't get
clean.
away from it.
The
I wish I could.
The undertow of Lake Cresva. I just pulled him back.
You went totally ghost, no Instagram, no nothing, no videos for a while.
Well...
I think the fight and the aura of Adam's championship is what brought you back.
I think so. You know what it is too? I think at the time, over a year ago was I think the last time I was in a video, I read some of the comments, which you shouldn't do, and they said, Rob's got to go, and I watched the video and I said, you know what, they got a point. I don't really...
Hey, who's they?
The Maniacs. So I think I took myself out at an appropriate time, and it's not that I necessarily want to jump back in. It's just being around here. It's like, I'm friends with everybody here. It's impossible to completely leave this in the past. I don't wish I could, because I love all you guys, but you can't escape this shit. I don't know what it is about it. It's like I don't know what it is, but
Trust me, I know.
Yeah, there's no explaining it.
So what do you think about Andrew and Brad after not seeing them all those years? I think Andrew looks like a 21-year-old with his new haircut. And what would you say about
New haircut?
Brad's?
He said the same haircut.
I just didn't cut it for like 6 weeks. I got lazy.
Brad looks like he swallowed Rich Piana. And Andrew looks like he's a college football player.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I said that.
Maybe a kicker. That's about it.
And I'm sorry, I can't wait. This is filmed. I got a package from the Maniacs.
And that came in yesterday, so it hasn't been sitting in my car for weeks. Like that little creep's picture. That guy, they figured out it was King Cobra. I watched one of those videos. Good fucking God.
By the way, if anyone
is that?
if anyone wonders why I hold the microphone like this, who watches this video, this is the only way it'll work. This wire connection here is very loose, and if I don't hold the mic up like this, it won't work. So
I think you were influenced by the Beastie Boys.
We spare no expense.
Well, I'm going to open this up. I can't wait anymore. Brad, again, thanks for the meal. He's helped me grow for the Ruby. And I'd like to make the announcement that Cornelius sent pictures. He's doing the Ruby as well.
No shit.
And he looks big.
Did he want you to tell?
Freaky.
Did he want you to make that announcement?
No, he didn't. But his wife was DMing me, and I had no idea she was doing it, so he sent me a link where I could contact her in person. And let me tell you.
The one that we met?
Yes, the one that was wearing the blue mini skirt and the high heels and the white pantyhose.
He told her she'd make a good trainee.
Well, that I'm thankful for. Anybody that introduces their wife to me,
Well,
that's a good...
I wish you had a 10-inch
But he said, well, anybody can have one these days with technology, but he said right there, he showed me a picture, he's freaky, and he says, I'm bigger than Dale. Look out. So what do you think about that, Dale? Wow, just what I needed. Thank you for my health. Omega-3 fish oil with 1,200 milligrams EA. 3 soft gels will give you the acquired amount, which is EPA, you should go over a gram, and DHA, you should go close to a gram. That's perfect.
I don't know who to thank for because there's no
nutrition. I like to thank you whoever sent it, but this is keeping me healthy as well as
there's no note
helping
now.
with other processes in the body. Thank you very much. If somebody can pay you, I certainly will.
Hold the mic, please.
the microphone. Pick it up.
Cornelius is looking freaky, but I'm going to dwarf him, and I'm going to show his wife what a real man is. And Dale, you can take your baby raccoon fetish and your tobacco chewing fetish and stick it, because your ass is grass at the Ruby.
Maybe he'll bring you some antlers that you can hang on your wall. You wouldn't hang any deer antlers on your wall, Lenny?
I'll hang Dale Chance antlers on my wall.
Do you usually take that fish oil?
I do, but not in this form.
What form do you take it in?
Walmart fish oil. This looks like a very high quality. It's very pure and it's triple strength, which you need. And in 3 soft gels, that's perfect. Thank you very much. And Brad, once again, thank you for the meal. And Cornelius' wife, thank you for the inspiration.
You know, the EPA and the DHA and the fish oil, that's what's in breast milk that makes, you know, babies who are breastfed smarter than those who weren't. I was formula fed, so I have an excuse to be a retard.
Speaking of breast milk, remember the bartender at the Trapeze that used to bring her own breast milk in?
She had a pump. She would bring a pump in the back room and sell it to
And there was a guy, one of our security.
There's actually a market for that. I saw a documentary on Netflix about women that sell their breast milk.
There's a market for transsexual semen too.
It's like they sell it for like $1.50 an ounce, I think.
He was paying big money. He was paying her like $20 a cup at least, sometimes 50.
Would you drink it, Brad?
Did you drink any?
Once I was black.
No, you know me. I turned down the breast milk and I sucked on a tranny load. So go figure.
Yeah,
I think the tranny loads have more protein in it.
You
We'll have to do some research.
I don't think.
Brad's pondering that question.
You can go ahead and research that.
There's a research experiment for you, Tony Huge. Tranny
jizz and breast milk.
But now that we're out of there, we talked about it at the gym before. We can openly talk about the trapeze tonight.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear. Some stories.
I'm sure you guys have a story or two to tell.
Get ready for a ride because some of the things are a little unethical.
Talk about the story you told me last night about the Spanish tranny that was in there.
Yes,
the only
South
tranny.
American. Well, there were more. It's the ones that I recognize. There were more in there all the time, but there was one from Moldova. Remember her, the brunette? They said she was one too. But anyway, she would come in. You know, she had the.
Did you guys work in the same section? Or?
Yeah, right next to each other.
It was called the playroom, where me and Rob were the only ones wearing clothes, and all the other patrons either had a towel or you had to be naked.
Well, just a little background for anyone who's listening for the first time. The two of you work security at a swingers club called Trapeze.
Well, here's how it really happened. There was a job back there for security and a job back there for a cleaner. The cleaner has to pick up all the fucking condoms on the floor, the drinks that are half full, all that nasty shit. So I mean,
let me guess, Lenny volunteered to do that.
No, listen. So we got the other cleaner fired because I told my friend there who had some pull in the office. I said, you know, Lenny wants a job, and he liked Lenny. So I don't want to say we got him fired. He got himself fired. He was kind of an idiot, and there was an opening for someone, so we got him in there.
Tell him why he got fired. What kind of behavior would he exhibit? How old was he?
He was 22 years old, and he was just very immature to be in a place like that. Not that Lenny was much more mature, but
at least I didn't run into this laundry room and masturbate every time I got.
No, I'm only playing. But so yeah,
what?
So he got hired technically to clean up back there, but I talked to the office. I said, look, we'll both do security. We'll split the cleaning, whatever, and then.
Rob, I didn't do jack shit back
no,
then.
that's what I was gonna get to that point to all the fans at the time who were saying I wasn't a good influence on Lenny, this and that. How many of you would be willing to get this guy a job and pick up condoms and all that nasty shit that you're not being paid to do?
Urine, feces,
yeah, nasty shit.
tampons.
I did it all every night.
Bags of cocaine, booger sugar, as Brad would call it.
That's a bonus.
Bonuses, yeah, there was bonuses. But anyway, we had a great time working back there. I mean,
Sniff it off the floor.
Well, I remember Lenny telling me after he first started working there, he was like in shock at the shit that he saw. He's like, I can't even. He said he couldn't look at sex the same way ever again after
It was too much. They had porno on the TVs. They wouldn't even let us watch wrestling. They turned off Thursday Night Football, which I actually with this luscious Haitian girl. It's maybe because I got to take Rob home tonight. When they stopped there tonight, her name's Gwinnett. She was the bartender back there. The night that Myles Garrett hit Racing Rudolph with the helmet. That was Thursday Night Football. We were watching
I remember that game. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it was still too much, but Friday and Saturday nights, I tell you what, with some GHB and maybe a Molly, which customers would bring in and give it to you like a tip, especially the Mollies. We had the
Yeah, and you weren't holding on to that. You were taking that right away.
I never would take Molly back there to just be turned on for me.
All right, this call's going to go on live. Nobody say anything.
Go ahead, put it on speaker.
Hey, Princess.
Hey.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm still doing a podcast right now.
Okay.
I started late. So where are you at now?
At Walgreens.
Okay. Yeah, I may have to go I'll probably be here a couple more hours, and I got to go
Is that the police chasing her?
take Rob back at sample. So
Is she getting arrested right now?
Okay.
I apologize, Princess.
Well, it is what it is.
All right.
Okay,
You'll be all right?
what?
You'll be all right?
I might have to.
Yeah, I feel bad. I didn't get to see your. I want to see your pretty face again, but maybe tomorrow. I got a podcast again tomorrow, believe it or not. But hopefully,
Well, I got a doctor's appointment in the afternoon, so I've got to do that first before I do anything else. And I mentioned to you about going somewhere to maybe just sit down and have a drink or what have you.
wow, that sounds exciting.
Well, I mentioned that to you already.
Yeah, I know. I get so excited. Yeah.
Is that the one you went out with on New Year's?
Do you know how to order a Lyft?
No, but I can have Brad order you one. He's in the other room.
No, I don't have Lyft.
No, you can't go west now, right?
She in Delray?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm going east. I'm at Walgreens on the corner of Congress in 10th.
Okay. No, I never know how to do Lyft.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right. I guess we'll talk tomorrow.
All right, beautiful. I'll see you tomorrow.
How about one night at the Trapeze? There was a black guy and another guy arguing.
You left your phone on. Why is that popping?
The last voice I want to hear right now. There was a black guy, a white guy, and they
You
were
still don't know how to work your fucking phone? Jesus Christ.
pushing each other, fighting, and Lenny got in the black guy's face. He was all goosed up on something, and he's like, "You're going to listen to me, boy." And the guy's like, "What the fuck did you say to me?" It was bad. I had to get...
So you hard of hearing?
When was this?
This was at the club. While
Anytime the you know what's got out of hand, I step to the forefront. That was my territory. Always. The older Italian guys, you let them to the Tim and the Glens.
Your territory was taking Molly and disappearing when I needed your help. He would come in just feeling great.
Friday and Saturday.
Management would tell him, like, Lenny, you can't, the members are our customers. You can't really, he would go up to every black girl, patting her on the head, grabbing her ass. He was there. He wasn't there for work. He was there for play.
Oh, yeah, he's partying.
And he had a great time, and I didn't care. I loved it. It was.
I tell you what, it was great because Friday and Saturday night, you're talking playroom, wall-to-wall people, naked, drunk. It's like anybody must go at least once. Great place to do a girl because she doesn't have to get naked. She can wear a towel, drink, you can go out your car and smoke.
I would know. If you're in a relationship and working there makes you crave a wholesome relationship. It makes you want the opposite.
You get so sick of it, but
if you're with someone you don't give a shit about, then yeah, go there. But there's something very demonic about that.
You know what the problem is, Rob? You have to be on something to work there and go there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, it was just a total fuck. I mean, you'd see anything. All of a sudden, you'd smell like shit. Like, what the hell Rob said, that's people doing anal. Girls, of course. If there was any type of gay male sex,
no,
we had to kick them out. There was, and transsexuals, which I didn't agree with, they couldn't show their genitals. Because, if I was the LGBT, I would be picking that place. But that was a no-no in the club. Whatever. But lesbian sex, anything goes, quite a few. But Friday and Saturday night is a place to go. And if you're a girl, I mean, it was, what did they charge them for a Friday night? $30?
$15.
And they would $2.15, and they would get 2 free meals. And I missed the meals. That was some good, high-quality food. We would have nice prime ribs, horseradish sauce,
they had
boiled potatoes, salad, anything you could think of. And I missed it. I used to go there, we used to eat, then at night I would take my hour break while Rob was in there.
Yeah, we were supposed to take 15 minutes. He would take overnight, but I didn't care. He had.
And the other employees, they would try to, like this one guy named Glenn, this little Italian piece of shit. We'll get to further. Glenn Giacchio is his name. You can order 66 to hell and back, as far as I'm concerned. He's a little snitch. He's a little coward. He thought he was tough. He thought he was connected. But the only thing he's lucky he wasn't connected with was Rob's fist.
Yeah, one night he went up to Lenny. He's like, "I'm praying for Rob," and Lenny's like, "You should pray that Rob doesn't fuck you up."
Yeah,
I hated that.
That's the thing when somebody's afraid of you. Oh, tell them I'm praying for them. Yeah, right.
I was shit. Lenny could tell you I was mean.
You were like a switch.
Right.
You went from 0 to 1 million in a second. And at that point, I'm thinking the whole time, no matter how spaced spaced out and fucked up I was.
Well, yeah, because he's got to do a job for
Rob,
two people. He's picking up your slack, so of course
someone was out of line, Rob would come up and say, "You got to go, buddy." And of course, 9 times out of 10, you got a guy that's drunk, whatever, who would give you a lip or whatever. So Rob would just grab him, and when he took him out of the room, he made sure his head would hit the door, the wall, and yeah, especially the steel lockers. Head first there. One time he threw him into the cum-soaked, urine-soaked, fecal matter-soaked laundry basket where all those towels were, because people would grab 1 or 2, and they would walk around the club with a towel, and it would be like, picking on. So remember, there's condoms.
So they would just have designate like hampers to throw the dirty.
One huge hamper, probably the size of this area right here. And we had this one guy. He came in one week, got drunk, and he starts talking to me like he's a mob guy. Like, you don't know. Yeah. Here's the problem.
You don't know who I am.
There's a single side and a couple side. So the single guys would always be trying to get on the couple side because there was more action over there. So he was like, "Come on, let me over. You don't know who I am. I'll change your life." This and that. I was like, "How are you going to change my life? Give me a fucking construction job?" Because that's what he was talking about. And we just went back and forth. Long story short, we had to throw him out physically that night before Lenny got there. Then he came back and he was fine every time he was sober. Then he was drinking one night and he's talking to Lenny, and then he's like looking at me. He's like, "Yo, come over here, talk to me." I'm like, I got work to do. I'm not dealing with you. You're fucking drunk. He said, "All right, I'll remember that." I said, "Oh yeah." And I fucking grabbed him by the throat, threw him against the wall, and then something happened. His towel came off. He's butt naked. I picked him up and I threw him in the laundry basket.
And that's not the laundry basket get it thrown in. Trust me. But every bodily stinking fluid, you could come in there with freaking total with leprosy. There's no screening at all.
I'm not saying it to be like I was a tough guy or something. There wasn't anybody that I threw out that was. Write it down.
There was a lot of ex-NFL.
There's a lot of writing down when I'm here.
NBA players, of course, I wouldn't know who they were.
Right.
Other than Shaq and that Laboon character, but
Shaq was in there?
No. Plenty
Diddy
of those.
Was there before. Not when I was there. Diddy, a couple people go there, but they go under aliases, yeah.
He's lucky you didn't point him out because I would have took your lead and put him head first.
I think he stopped going because they don't allow homosexual activity. That's why he stopped going.
Of course. That's what about you're going to progress.
What about the Olympic skier?
Yeah, Lindsey Vonn. I didn't know she was overweight and fat. She was drinking like a fiend. And one of the girls who was a smartass from Connecticut, about my age, a blonde, who once she got drunk, she used to, you know me, I people could call me any name in the book. I thought it was funny. None of that ever resonated with me, probably because of my age. I heard all before, but she's like, "Look who I got here, Olympic gold medalist Lindsey Vonn." And of course, she was with a PM. She's been known to bring PMs into there, and some of those PMs are pretty much...
They like the fat blondes.
Well, the fat blondes like the fat PM dicks. Because they strut. It was so disgusting walking around. This one guy, he was a mixed German and black guy. He used to have a dick ring on. He'd go in the locker room. Because the locker room was right across from the playroom in the back area. Huge locker room, and it was co-ed. And they had a co-ed shower. The only thing that wasn't segregated was the toilet. So you had a man and women. But at the end of the night, you had women and men going in a big shower, probably the size of this room. And lockers, guys, just go in, put your clothes, lock it up, naked.
So everybody's just fucking everybody, basically.
Yeah, and you could be naked anywhere in the club, with the playroom and the locker room. Then you had another door. Then you had the dance area. Then you had the buffet area
too. Yeah.
Yeah, you just couldn't walk up naked to the buffet for serving line. So
and the bar, they didn't have a bar. It's bring your own.
They had bars everywhere. Well, they had a bartender, but you had to tip them, and you registered your drink in a liquor store right across 2 doors down.
Yeah, because I remember you would bring me liquor from there, and it had everything had a piece of tape with a number on it.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
The one good thing about that place, I mean, like, say you were to seriously go fun without going in the back room, you get in there for $40, $40 fee. You bring your own bottle, but you eat, you get your money back right there because the $40, and then you're not paying $8 drink because you bring your own bottle.
It's definitely a good
But you bring the bottle to the bartender. They put your number on it, and then you just tip them every.
And it's great to bring a date because you can always tell the girl, "Hey, wear a towel." But anybody wants to see that at least once. I mean,
but do you have to pay extra to go into the playroom?
No.
I want to take this girl Veronica there. I just I don't have the money for that right now. But Rob, what do you think of my chances are getting back in there?
I think just show up, and I mean, the owner loves money, so he's not gonna.
He also loves men. He's a big WWE fan.
So I mean, at the time too, which made everything
Like you, McCuck.
at the time, which made everything 10 times
The difference
worse.
between McCuck and them is this guy's for real.
Right.
That wasn't fake. He beat a guy the size of Vader, Road War Animal, Warlord. Yeah, he beat him pretty bad. Where the guy was in serious agony. So, and you weren't scared a bit.
So what else about this place?
The
You
one
guys were
thing
there
that-
for what, a year?
No, almost. The one thing that really messed me up and shook me, well, I'll tell another fun story before I get to this one, but another guy used to come in every time in a suit, whatever, he tried slipping me like $5. He's like, let me on the other side. Is it really $5? I was like, no, you fucking idiot. He said, you're an idiot. I took him by the neck, threw him against this wall.
That's like your go-to move.
Yeah. Always by the neck. Threw him against this wall, that wall.
Great.
Threw him on the ground, and I like put my fist above his head, and then people kind of were like, yo. And he was gonna, he wanted to like press charges against the club and this and that. So that was one. The problem was at the time I was taking a lot of tests and I wasn't working out. So I would just go there just pissed off, just ready to. And the guy he was mentioning with that ring on, I was talking to one of the girls who worked there. I was talking to one of the girls who worked there one time, and he would always try to hit on her. And we're not.
He was actually a maniac. He liked our videos.
We're not allowed to
His name
talk.
was Tom.
Yeah.
He actually won a bodybuilding contest in Minnesota.
We're not allowed to date coworkers. So even though she's getting hit on, I couldn't say nothing, but I can't help myself. So this guy's hitting on her. I said, you're that fucking pathetic. You go places to hit on people who are paid to talk to you. I was like, go mingle with the rest of the people. And then one night he came back, and I thought he was talking about my girl, my whatever at the time, and he said,
Can I take over from here? Yeah. All of a sudden, this guy's flying through the air right in front of me. Flying. Rob came up and launched him naked. The guy's naked with his cock ring on. His dick's about, he obviously got the black side of the jeans in there. It's like this fucking big with veins on it with this cock ring, which aren't very dangerous for your body. Smash it against the wall. I just looked at Rob. I started laughing. And I knew. I said, Rob did this for absolutely no good reason. And Rob's like, comes at him again. And I'm standing there just laughing. And then Rob apologized. He actually was, being a maniac, he was a good sport about it.
He was very good sport about it.
And he used to tell me, so Lenny, did you work out today? I said, yeah, I did squats. He goes, did you do those little half reps?
Well, maybe that's why I fucked him up. He was insulting your workout.
Yeah. But many times, I'll tell you what, like a Friday or Saturday, Thursday wasn't so busy, Sunday wasn't busy. I'd be falling asleep or whatever. But to be honest, when a member gave me Molly, and some of these guys had some good Molly, he just come in with a bodybuilder. He had to come in with a cowboy hat. And he used to have like Molly pills. He was with some Thailandian girls, 3 or 4 of them. Total freaks.
What did you guys have to wear? What was your uniform?
Black
when you
pants and black shirt, black shoes.
Black like dress shirt, dress pants.
And there was girls that people got off that them being naked and us being the only ones in clothes. Yeah. And that playroom would have about 300 people. And I'm talking about
300
on a Friday, Saturday night. You couldn't move.
Yeah. How big is the place?
You couldn't move.
It's big.
I mean, it was like being security. We couldn't be polite.
Yeah,
we would have to push people out of the way as part of our jobs. We got to get a certain place really quick. But I really didn't worry about it because one night, Rob, there was a Spanish guy that was really drunk. He was with a girl, and I forget. And Rob picked him up, and the other security guard grabbed him, and they took him out. Literally walked out with him while he's in the midair. Went out to the sidewalk, and I'm following them. And the guy has the other guy's legs, and Rob has his up body. And for some reason, whatever another, Rob gave him a full power bomb right on the sidewalk, where you hear the back of this guy's head crack. And I'm talking about he brought it down with force, kind of like the Big Daddy Cool power bombs type things.
Big Daddy
Sid
Cool.
Vicious. And you hear a crack, and he was out for minutes. And I thought he was dead. And I was just horrified.
Yeah, this is what set me straight. That guy, what happened was he peed in the back room. There was like in a trash.
They had little trash
cans. Are you out of your fucking mind? You
a lot of people would piss in there all the time.
You could swear on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
All right. So then he's like, he peed in the trash can, and then I'm like, you know who takes the trash out every night? I was like, you think I'm gonna fucking take your piss out? So
How far away was the bathroom?
I don't know. There was no men's bathroom back there, so
of course guys would try to go in the women's room all the time.
Yeah, which is better.
And
than
I used to go in there,
floor.
girls naked, pissing with the stall open. I'd come in there, pick up some towels. It was like nothing going on. Women didn't even care. I saw women go in the men's stall, take a dump, come walking in naked. There's a bunch of guys in there. Walk right out. And let me tell you something. If people think you got a bunch of old hags and you get some, but you had some nice, very beautiful looking white Spanish girls, black girls in their 20s.
And then you lose respect when you see him fucking everybody in there, but
yeah,
makes it less attractive. But anyway, so this guy pees on the floor. I make him take the trash on himself. And then he gets into it with the other guy who works there. And it's just like, he peed there, he peed somewhere else. I was just pissed at this guy. So as we're carrying him out, something in me was like, fuck him. And I just dropped him on his head purposely hard. And I heard the crack, saw his eyes roll back. I couldn't sleep for like 3 nights after. That scared the shit out of me. We put him in his car. His eyes were in the back of his head. And I'm like, yo, I just fucking killed somebody. I fucking
and
killed somebody.
And the other security guard is probably by now he is trying to get on the fire rescue force. And he was worried his career was out the door. I was worried that I was trying to coach Rob.
Did the guy press charges?
No, he must have somehow been all right, but I was fucked. I couldn't sleep. I was fucked up.
You're lucky.
I was fucked up. I thought I killed somebody. And ever since that, I was kind of more relaxed. I'd push somebody or whatever, but I wouldn't. I would try not to get physical. It's not worth it. You know, if anyone who's doing security out there,
could have fooled me.
Well, yeah, whatever. But
I like your maneuver because you had the good leg drive. You always kept the legs moving, but you always seemed the head would hit the doors.
Lenny always feeds the delusions, doesn't
the
he?
locker room, the steel head first.
Was that so? With people,
he said, "You're out. You're done. Get out." And there was no negotiations.
What about you, Lenny? Did you ever get physical with anyone?
The PMs? That's who basically.
that was his specialty.
Yeah, I'm not going to take a second of their crap.
He was, even though I say, you know, I was picking up all his slack or whatever, it helped. It helped big time having him back there. Like, even though I didn't mind cleaning up because it kept me busy, and sometimes you're just sitting back there. So it was perfect split, like as a team.
You know, people would come up and tell me, even the owner said they like when I'm here. I'm so intimidating looking. I'm thinking I wear the shit. You know, Rob is doing all the.
Yeah, you can't bend over to pick up anything.
Just by his presence, him being there,
and of course the eyes too with the, you know. But I'd lean against. To me, Friday and Saturday night was just party time for me. And at the end of the night, girls would be so drunk. And if I would catch them, you know, in the room by themselves or whatever, go give them a kiss, feel them up. They'd feel me up. And I got felt up every night.
I haven't heard that term in like 30 years.
We stand against the wall. Girls would walk by, tap me on my genitals. One girl stick her hand down my pants, finger my butthole. Oh, that nice transsexual I talked about that she couldn't speak English, she had, you know, the curves, the silicone ass like a freak, but she always knew she wore a towel. And I got mad with the PM because they'd have these locked playrooms. They'd have about 6 of them, and 2 of the rooms you could see right through from the other side. So the single guys, literally, you go in, there'd be 6 guys jerking off, looking at the couples on the other side, and there'd be guys you could literally sit on a bar stool and jerk off. Come up to the bar, just stand there and look. Guys doing this all night with a towel on or not.
Scars.
No wonder
that made a lot of
moved.
couples uncomfortable.
A
lot of couples.
You're at work and everyone else is having a great time fucking each other.
But
It was decent.
The meals were great. I mean, what did I do? I mean, it was party time. I'd take an hour break and nobody had the balls to say shit. Actually, I got let go a day after the meeting. We were coming back from COVID. They had let Rob go, which wasn't right.
Well, I let them go because it was either I had to pick either the job or you know what. So
I understand.
Yeah.
So I went to the meeting and they're telling me the new procedures for COVID. This was around summer, and then the cowardly manager calls me and says, "Oh, Lenny, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. We have to let you go." I said, "What does that mean? I lost my job?" He goes, "Yes, unfortunately." I'm like, "What the hell?" But
it was all for the better, though.
I mean, there's many times I just go up, because I'd be serotonin turn on at the end of the night. Many girls just spread their ass or whatever. I lick their ass on the way out. Black girl laying on this. They had like a.
Well, Rob's cleaning up all the scumbags off the floor, and Lenny's licking assholes.
Well, yeah, that's my specialty. They had
hey, Rob, you go clean up. I'm gonna
a gynecologist.
After all those dicks went in him?
They had a gynecologist chair.
So maybe you're the ultimate cleanup boy.
I don't know. Me or Jay close second. But they had a gynecologist chair where girls would lay down and spread their legs, and you'd see some guys would
like stirrups?
Yes. And there'd be like 10, 20 guys, because it was on the single guys area, stand there doing like this, blowing loads, whatever, on the girl.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, it is. It is. And a lot of couples, a lot of females would be offended, and they would call me or whatever, "Will you get this person out of here?" Obviously, it was a single guy and a couple there. Yeah, they had to go, because they used to have different colored wristbands. So the single guys had white wristbands. They paid $200 some, and they weren't weren't allowed to go on the couple side unless a couple invited them.
They paid $200 to stand there and jerk off to people fucking.
I thought you said it was. I thought you said it was 40 to get in.
That's for couples, and girls are even cheaper.
Oh, so if you're a single person, you got to pay 200.
And some guys would be there 2-3 times a week, paying $600-800. Fuck. And nothing. They wouldn't get nothing at all. But
they just stand there.
Guys
and
would
jerk
try
off.
to come in and they try to be sneaky and take their wristband off, or they would hide it or whatever, put it between their towel or whatever. And I have to take a walk back. We had a flashlight. I said, "Let me see that." Whatever. And, we and Rob did a pretty good job of kicking them out.
I would get so pissed when they would try to do some sneaky shit. I would get pissed.
So I had an idea. It's one time you're warned, second time you're gone. So I had an idea once we catch somebody with a white wristband to take a marker and put a line through it saying you've been warned once. So you'd be surprised the lip you would get.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
Especially someone like, his size back there, you'd have like some little wimp come up and try to start shit with him.
It's like that course they used to teach how to raise children. It was popular about 10 years ago. The key to raising children is you're the last word. There's no negotiation. Once you start negotiating, same when I was a supervisor, your way it goes, you say at one time, they don't do it, they're done. You don't negotiate. You set the law, set the rules, and that's it. And we didn't negotiate, ever. Of course, unless someone's to grease the pocket, that's a different story.
That's what I was just going to ask.
Some nights,
a lot of times they would. I remember a guy coming in there giving like the hundreds. Gave me $200 one night.
Once Lenny learned how to really work once he learned how to really work his phone and check social media and shit, his job went out the window. There was single guys all over the place back there.
That is true. I'll be texting.
I look over thinking, he's blocking
He's on his phone the whole time.
But you know what? Afterwards,
looking back, I don't blame him. I took it a little too serious there. And
yeah, but they were going to promote you to manager. They had you working in the back. And
you know who's the manager now? Remember the blonde girl up front, Heidi? Very nice girl.
I don't remember.
He only remembers the porn stars that worked there.
Yeah, and the porn stars that came in.
There was one night.
Ron Jeremy.
I don't remember that, but let's talk about the infamous night with that video when that video happened.
Robert, please.
There's only one thing I want to say about that. Everyone blamed me
I did too, and I jumped the gun on that. I said that because after the fact, he was like, I made him post that. He's like, he insisted that you post it, so.
Not only that.
No one ever
but
gave
you're
me
still
anything
a dunce,
that I didn't want to try in the first place. That includes anybody.
You have to be a dunce to be a
includes Brad too.
Right.
But the thing is, everyone acted like I gave him
because
some
he was
sort of
scared. He thought he called me. He was, I'm going to lose my job now, and it's just not. And then the video gets posted. I'm like, why the fuck would you post a video if you're worried about losing your fucking job? That's what pissed me off. Yeah, and then you got lucky.
Sometimes with Lenny, he'll tell you something and then tell me something different.
Correct.
That's what I didn't learn until a couple months after being here, which is why sometimes you need to fact check things. But yeah, he'll tell me, film it, I don't care, and then he'll call you and be like, I don't want him posting that.
Right.
Which, whatever, it is what it is. But I didn't give him nothing that night. He got whatever he got at Paradise that made him act that way, and then I got the blame, I'm feeding him drugs. So that's what pissed me off. And then another thing, I don't even want to get into it all, but who cares? Who cares?
The year of the cat. Do you even?
You know what? People can say what they want. It's out there, and I know Lenny's happy it's out there. What did he always say in the old videos? If I die, I want it on film. So.
That's what I was about to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
When we went to Vegas for the Olympia, Lenny said to me before we walked into the expo, I don't care what happens. I don't care if 10 PMs from Cali Muscles booth start stomping my fucking head in. You just stand there and film it. I don't care what happens. So in your defense, Rob, Lenny has always told me over the years, I don't care what's happening to me. You just film it.
Yeah.
So
you'd be glad you were some of the things.
Yeah.
Just like when Brad had that troublemaker up where he lived in Brad Estates, he pushed him around.
Yeah.
And it make for a good educational video. Here's what happens when you overdose.
Yeah, but do you even know to this day what it was? Was it ketamine and Molly? Or?
Probably just an overdose on G.
You weren't foaming it.
No.
There's no way.
You weren't foaming at the mouth either, were you? That was powder.
Phenibut.
Okay.
And I don't know why the hell. Oh, I know, because the cops were there. I figured I'd get rid of this Phenibut. So what do? Take a fucking 5 times the dose and shove it in my mouth.
One of the guys working there was an EMT. So we were standing over him. We had those ammonia salts trying to wake him up. Little do we know,
Well, before he lost his mind and was foaming and walking around and singing, he was on the floor? He passed out?
No.
Oh.
No. I think he disappeared for a little bit, and then he came back, and we didn't know what the hell happened.
I remember one time
I was out of it, too, that night.
Rob was such a good coworker. He let me take a nap for 2 hours in the car one time.
I need a coworker like that.
Corporate time stealing weasel right there.
But not only that, I mean, the amount of times that you got carried out of that place and we covered you,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
Second time, yeah.
Go ahead, elaborate. These are the stories you want to
hear.
hear.
A year ago, after the New Year's.
Huh?
The second time, yeah.
The second time, I mean, the girl that worked up front, she was a porn star, and everybody knew it, but nobody said
What did they call her? What was her porn name? Because she's out there.
She's going to get doxxed if we... Cyrus Blow.
Cyrus Blow. And what did Cyrus Blow tell
Cyrus
you, Rob?
Blow.
Super Bowl Sunday of last year.
She said, I'm bored. You want to fuck? And I was dating somebody there at the time, so I declined. I won't comment on my feelings about that decline.
Should have passed her off to Lenny.
Yeah, you wish you would have.
But anyway, so she, he comes up to the front, and he's got this look, and like he's demonically possessed. It scared the shit out of me, but I knew what happened. And this poor kid, Tim, walks up there, and he's just like, tells the manager, like, Lenny's, I don't think he's doing all right. He didn't know what to say. And then by the time everything got there, he's yelling at the girls who work there, whoa, you're looking great. I haven't told you yet. It's like all the thoughts that...
They seem to like it, though. I never saw so many smiles.
Yeah, of course, they loved it.
Because they always try to say hi to me when I get in there, and I want to go eat. Because you got to start at 10 o'clock.
Funniest thing.
I hate that shit when I come in. How you doing? Or how was your day off? You know how that is. It's like, fuck you.
That's
I
one of my
eat.
biggest pet peeves at work when someone, how was your day off?
Yeah.
That was the best. We will walk in together. There's the front desk there. You got like 3 girls and the bosses, the managers, all like, hey, Lenny, how you doing? He didn't even look their way. Just straight to the food.
I'm here to eat and get fucked up.
And he wouldn't even look, wouldn't even acknowledge him, wouldn't even look at him. And just straight to the managers couldn't even, if they had a bone to pick with him, they couldn't talk. They would have to go through
go
me.
to him.
They would never call him in the office. They would call me, and I would get in trouble.
You want to tell them about the text? This is really unethical, but it's true.
What is it?
You want to tell them about the emails?
This is the best. Okay, so they had a thing set up where you can send an email to the club. I mean, any business does. So I would send emails saying those security guards in the back are the best. I was nervous about having my wife there. We felt so protected, this and that. And these owners were so stupid. They printed out the emails. We had a meeting at work, and they're reading them. They're like, the guys in the back did a great job, and they're like, this is what we work for. Everyone's clapping.
I couldn't keep it straight.
Everyone's clapping, and I'm like, I wrote it, you dumb fuck. I got people fired.
Both of
those
us
emails.
passing out every other. I mean, Rob, you had to admit you were passing out too.
I was, one
on
night.
On the B's, on the benzos.
I crashed my car because I would take G. I would take G, and then my dumbass would take a Xanax or something. And one night I fell asleep at the wheel getting on the highway, and someone knocked on my door and was like, dude, you're sleeping. And I was like, oh, no, I'm good. And then I get off at Sample 39, and I fucking wake up, and my car's wrapped around a pole. Yeah.
Jeez.
Not good, fans.
Not good, bro.
The owner brings us both in the office. I want to commend you guys. And I'm trying to...
I said, what did we do? Commend us for taking G in the back?
Fucked up at work.
Gee, anything that was back there, because you'd find baggies of weed, you had cocaine, you had pills, you had Viagra, you had erection injections back there. You had dildos, you had everything back there.
Yeah, I only found
cock rings.
Yeah, poppers.
Yes, I remember that girl showing us to do poppers, and then I got in her face. I'm like, and she's like, "Give me dirt." What the fuck do you think I'm gonna do?
Brad, you and I, we should apply. Let's go.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
Sounds like a
Let's
fucking
go work
dream.
there.
Everyone should go at least once. It's a great place to take a girl because she doesn't have to get naked just to see that. Anyone wants to see that, you know.
I agree with just once because it does show you like the difference of wanting somebody for sex or wanting somebody for a long-term relationship. It's like, you know, there's some of the girls there, they just make you never want to date again or trust a girl again, you know.
And then there was couples that have been together 30, 40 years. They have no problem with it. And we had guys coming up asking me, white guys, hey, you got any bulls in there?
Isn't that where you met Juicy in Congo?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you said there was a lot of wealthy guys that went in there too.
Yeah. We had one guy who was a multi-billionaire. It's like, what are you doing in this shithole? You got that much money, you can order 20 hookers to your house. But
Which they did. I mean, this guy, that's all he did was swing some of those people.
He said a lot of the more attractive young girls, they don't have the money. That's why he would go and mix with, you know, peasants like us. Any other real, stories from there that we didn't tell?
Tons.
The best was like a Thursday or a Sunday when there was no crowd. Me and him would just hang back there, watch.
Sit down.
Yeah, watch.
And nobody would say anything. I would sit down in that chair when patrons would want to sit in. I wouldn't even budge. And the manager would go to Rob. He wouldn't even go to me. None of them, ever.
Tell Lenny to do something.
Yeah.
Never.
Tell Lenny
No.
not to sit
The
there.
old saying.
Don't tell my set. What the fuck?
If you can lean, you can clean.
Yeah.
not
Kind
at
of
all.
shit. No.
But they were cool. The managers are cool. I still keep in touch with the management there. I still keep in touch with, not the owner. I'm not too cool with him. But he called me in the office one time and he's like, what are these people calling about Rob the Gorillazilla or something? He's like, what are you, a professional wrestler? And I was like, yeah, I didn't know what to say.
He was a wrestling fan. He was going to put Rob through wrestling school.
He's financially invested in Gangrel's wrestling school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so when
What do you think about that, Adam?
Yeah, McLeod perked up real quick.
Gangrel.
Gangrel's a very cool guy. I met him a few times, and he's if I was gonna go through any sort of training, I would go with him because he's $1,000 down, $400 a month. That's not that. I mean, that's average. It's always either 3,000 or 4,000. But I mean, it's a good school. I mean, him and Rikishi had like the best school out in LA together. That's where I first met him.
Rikishi's still alive?
Ask the expert.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
So yeah, I'm trapezed out after telling all those stories.
Yeah, but Juicy, I lost her number on my own. I know where she lives at the end of Commercial, Well West, but
You just
I
go
lost her
knock on
number.
her door.
I don't even remember. It was one of his apartment complexes. But she was fun, man. She knows how to make a man's ass feel good, I tell you that. You have any experience with that, Brad?
No.
You don't know what you're missing. Like Jay Masters said, you have a prostate. Look at Adam smiling over there, the married man. Any chance you go to trapeze, Adam, now or when you're older? You never know. Never know.
I'm glad we're talking about trapeze because it leads to something I wanted to talk about a while ago. This is an article from back in October. I don't know if you heard about this, guys. A porn company opened an adult theme park in Tokyo, Japan. Did you hear about that?
No.
We thought we had seen it all. We thought we had seen the weird side of 2020 theme parks when we heard of a Japanese one telling its visitors to hold their screams while riding roller coasters. One sec here. But another theme park in Japan is upping the ante for bizarre things opening up amid the pandemic. Japanese porn maker Soft On Demand, that's the name of it, just opened up an adult theme park in Tokyo. The 5-story theme park is titled SOD Land and is promising to have porn stars serve you drinks at their bars. The entry fee is 5,000 yen, which is $47, which includes 1 free drink and 2 merchandise items if the economy is leaving, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, there's an adult theme park, porn park in Japan.
I smell a GoFundMe, Maniacs. 5,000 yen.
I'm sure that'll be taking place in Florida, or else whatever starts there, those countries ends up here.
So are the rides like adult themed, or is it?
I don't think it's rides. It just says adult theme park with porn stars.
And maybe we sit on a dildo and a movie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Well, if you had an adult theme park, Lenny, what's one attraction you would come up with?
Riding the rides naked, number one. Having something like a type of where girls could be swung naked upside down from rope, like a ballerina, I don't know, like a ballerina or some type of acrobatics. Like in wrestling, when the wrestlers used to go down, when Sting used to go down the rope, and Adam would get all excited.
Picture me somewhere.
Yeah.
How about Shelly at the trapeze? Like normal, like say I work there with you or work there with you, you see a girl working there, you say, man, she looks good today, huh? His way of saying that is, wouldn't you like to spit roast her?
Yeah, I did pretty good at the gym today. Like I said, Maniacs, I see a girl I like, I say what I want, I say it quick. Rob said his psychologist friend says it's a 3-second rule.
3-second
which I'm going
rule.
to follow. Once you see her, go to her in 3 seconds. Because when they see you delaying, that shows weakness. But they saw my overwhelming confidence. That's why I could get away with a half-hour delay. I went up to about 2 or 3 women, and I got nice responses, as usual.
He absolutely did, and he had great intensity with his training. One thing we were discussing while we have great conversations and stuff while we're there. I don't know what it is about me, but I just don't like to film things. We need a third party to come with us time to time and film.
Adam, you're
If you go on a Monday, tell me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll film first channel,
I
whatever.
want to do a prank video.
You said Mondays.
I'm always off on Mondays. Let me know.
Yeah.
I said, Rob, what if I dress up in drag again, which I did, and walk down Fort Lauderdale Beach and act like a tranny prostitute in the daylight?
But see, that's an obvious prank. Pranks are when you prank somebody, they don't realize they're being
Maniacs.
pranked.
You wouldn't want to see that?
Yeah, but you can call it a prank.
I was thinking you got to kind of make it sort of like a Jackass type of theme with imagine Jay lathering up in honey, putting chicken feathers all over him.
That should have been a stipulation after you kicked his ass, Adam. So, Adam, I hear
once he comes out of the coma, we'll ask.
I hear you're maybe thinking about a rematch.
He's got more to think. He's got much more to think about.
Jay's the last thing on my things.
Bucket list.
Yeah. Rematch.
But one thing I will say quick, as a maniac, as a fan, the past couple weeks I've been spending a lot of time watching the old videos, and it's like, I helped Lenny with starting his channel and stuff, but as far as narrating...
By the way, you don't get enough credit for that.
Well, I don't really want the credit. I don't really care about the credit. I care more...
Yeah, but still.
But you started.
I had the idea, but I mean, he's the one who's, if it wasn't for him, there would be no views on it. But
Too much modesty here. Adam doesn't want to take credit for kicking Jay's ass.
You spearheaded that. Take credit for it.
I had the initiative to get it started, which I'm very proud of because I know that helps Lenny out. But one thing I will say is that as far as a narrator and a video maker, I think if you can help us on Mondays, that'd be great. Let me just put it that way.
Text me, dude.
Yeah.
I'm off every Monday. I'm off. Let me know.
Yeah, you sent that earlier. Is that a?
Of course it is. Why would I put a boring woman?
What did I tell you?
The flawless tea.
As long as she's facing that way, it's fine. If she turns around, that's going to kill her.
Turns around, I'm going to get a hard on.
No.
Go ahead. Give her a shout out on the podcast, Lenny. Tell what Instagram it is.
Everybody check out the flawless tea on Instagram. Tell her Big Lenny sent you.
Flawless till she turns around and pulls her pants down.
And
she's flawed.
Pumps Kelly Hilton.
She is a E.
Kelly Hilton is waiting for her shirt.
10 inches of flaw.
Surely great. Make you be my proper slave. Can't wait for that.
What the
That's
fuck?
Cornelius.
Who and what is that?
That's Cornelius in his sexy drag voice.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
He sent you that deal.
Hey Lenny, could we talk about? Remember one night you were going to pick me up for work and you weren't able to make it. That's not the point. The point. Did you ever talk about that night on the podcast?
I had stumbled across some ketamine and I actually overdosed on it. It was a club.
Different
Paradise.
night. You can talk about that.
And I tell you what, you got to be careful with that. That stuff had me paralyzed, where I was in paradise, knowing I had to go to work and I couldn't move. And I stood up and I was just standing there bent like this. And nobody looked at me. This was like 5 minutes. And I was like, I got to go to work. So I stumbled back in the car and it was horrifying. I shouldn't have made the trip. And the hardest part was turning my head because my right rearview mirror was broken to try to see. It seemed like it took forever. Hell on earth. And I got out of the car and Rob was already at the club and he saw me.
It throws your equilibrium off too. Yeah, you can't stand up straight.
Paralyzed. And of course,
ketamine is fucking nasty.
Me and Baker acted being under the 5 grams of it because just horrifying. I just don't ever go.
What's up with Paradise? Have you been there lately?
They closed 2 months ago because of COVID. Yeah.
Permanently?
Yeah.
No shit.
Permanently.
I was talking about the night where you, with the doggy fetish. She put the leash on you. You were eating out of the dog bowl.
Holy
Remember
shit.
you?
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, because it was on the way to the club, and she's like, "Come over." Because I'd always say I'm going to come after the club, and I couldn't make it. I'd drive back to Miami 4:30 in the morning. No, thank you. So I'd go over there before, and she actually gave me food. I forget what it was, eating out of her dog bowl, and she had me on a leash. And I had the footage, but I lost my phone. That's the Goddess in Fort Broward Boulevard.
Oh,
and I requested it.
He was going to pick me up to bring me to work that night.
That's the one who said, "Put your face in it, bitch."
Right.
All right.
And he left me a message with plenty of time to find me on ride. He said I can't make it. But imagine telling someone like, "Yeah, my ride was gonna pick me up, but he's actually eating out of a dog bowl right now with
wearing a fucking dog leash."
Put your face in it, bitch.
Good fucking God.
But,
cannot make this shit up.
For his character, if something like that ever happened, and like he had no obligation to pick me up, I was way out of the way. That was always a great favor every time he did. But if he wasn't able to, that would bother him all night.
The latest and greatest.
Is that the one you were just on the phone with?
No.
That's the
No,
guy.
that's
the Goddess.
He always
the latest
the DMs
and
he sends with her giving us the middle
latest
finger.
And greatest. Look. Oh, look at this.
Let's see. Come on.
If it's naked, I don't want to see it.
Wait, no, hold it up.
Oh gosh.
What the fuck? Oh,
Gotta shave, you know.
Oh, that's nice.
a face full of fucking shaving
Show the
cream.
camera then.
Wow, that's hot.
That's yeah.
This motherfucker.
What do you think about that, Cornelius and your
If
wife?
that doesn't get you hard, I don't know what will. A man wearing a wig with a face full of shaving cream.
You've all
I
seen
guess
that
we're not
before.
taking enough
Right?
tests.
It just does it for me.
Well, she's got to shave.
What?
That's a nice win.
Well, she's got to shave.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Her nice manicure, pedicure. Wanted to show me.
Look at those hands.
Good. Look at those fucking hooves. Jesus.
56 years old.
Those look like Patrick Ewing's hands.
And of course, Brad with his kind of mask he wears in the postal truck.
That's the goddess?
Yeah.
She's
Nice transition.
56.
Somebody call her
High Tower, Bubba Smith.
Yeah.
That's great.
Plantation High School hurdle champ, 1982. High hurdle.
And now she's hurdling you.
Yeah, basically.
So she was just practicing back then.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while. That's a problem, so, oh well.
That's not a problem. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
What the hell happened, man?
I think I'm losing my edge with that. It just doesn't
That's
do
good.
anything anymore. The trannies.
So, did you go through an Ibogaine thing too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, many times, but I did it myself.
Many times.
I ordered it myself on the internet, $300.
$300 a pop each time?
each time.
Whoa.
Was it
Well,
Iboga World or something?
Yeah, yeah. And I did it myself. You know, I had I was living with a girl at the time, and she was there to kind of supervise. But I ended up pissing in a shoebox. I thought it was the toilet, but that was the only incident that happened. But it does have a purpose. I mean, does it make you never want to do drugs again? No, kind of, but no. I mean, that's just being human. But what it does do is it brings up a lot of things from your past, and you see like where you really fucked up, where you hurt other people, where
Yes.
yeah, to an extreme. You can't compare it to shrooms. You can't
So it's
compare
like
it to acid.
it like makes your life flash before your eyes, kind of thing.
Somewhat.
In a sense, yeah.
I've noticed the main thing, I don't lose my temper. I'm able to think clearly. I don't have, I'm going to kill somebody or I'm mad or whatever.
Well, you never really
Even
got
if-
like that, though.
say-
Before
even
I would think things, I'm going to kill somebody.
Even if Lenny does go, I'll talk about myself instead. Even if I did go back to using Kratom, using this, using that, it still changes you in a way. Like who I was for the first time I ever took it a couple years ago, it does make you realize a lot. You know, I was not a good person at all. It does change you. I mean, I think you got to do it a couple times over the span of your life. Do I think it's a miracle if you're addicted to heroin? If it's like a heroin addict who's like, you know, it's either they go through withdrawals or they go through, yeah, that might cure them in a drug sense. But I think if you're just a person who wants a new perspective or you want to just kind of see things in a different light, it has a place.
And you did it 3 times.
I've done it at least 3 times, yeah. I've done it at least 3 times. It's very, very, very hard to explain. It's nothing like mushrooms. It's nothing like acid. It's painful. It's not like, oh, let's take this and trip. It fucking sucks.
Yeah, I was bleeding
It's
out of both
horrible.
ends.
I mean,
the vomiting is so deep down, and you knock. So I couldn't talk 2 days afterwards. I was in a bad situation.
but you grow from it. I mean, a lot of you guys after.
So do you feel like you're close? Do you
Yes.
feel like you're dying? Is that why
Yes.
your life is flashing before your
Yes.
eyes, as they say? You know,
in a sense, but it's kind of like the.
But you're
it's
peaceful.
a
You feel good at the
it's a-
same time.
Think of it as a 36-hour reality check. I mean, the last time I did it,
and you don't need any other stimulations around.
Well, he did mix it with where I got it. He had psilocybin with it.
I didn't mix it with anything. I wish I did mix it with psilocybin because it sucks, man. It's fucking painful. But I remember after it,
But
when
does
I
it-
started to reach out to each one of you and say, you know, I know we had our things in the past, whatever, but let's just because it does change you in that it does change you in an unexplainable way. It changes you. It makes you a better person each time. I truly believe in that. It's painful though. I mean, I don't know, I never took it like to get off a certain drug or whatever. I took it to try to reset my receptors so that maybe drugs will work again, but I would recommend it to I don't know, I think people who are in that cycle of painkillers or opiates or heroin.
Depression? What do you think about depression?
I don't know.
Or do you think it make it worse?
It could make it worse, at least initially. And then in the long run, maybe not. But, I think if it's just depression, emotional thing, I think you're better off doing ayahuasca or mushrooms or, you don't.
Something fun, not
Right.
miserable.
Exactly, yeah. But if you're looking for something It's very hard to describe. You have to do it to witness it, and I wouldn't recommend.
So while you're on it, when you take it, like you obviously had her there to just pretty much babysit you, but she didn't like talk to you and trigger certain feelings.
Talk. No, I didn't want to talk.
So all this shit just comes up
in your head,
just your subconscious coming out.
It.
Okay.
And like a week later, you can't sleep. It's like shit keeps you up at night. It's like what I did.
Yeah, Lenny said he didn't get a good night's sleep for at least a week after that.
What I did to this person 7 years ago, I mean, keeps you up at night. I mean, I did a lot of shady shit when I was I'm only 28 now, but like, you know, from 20, 23, I did a lot of things that I regret, and I mean, that shit, that it haunts you, man. Like, if you ever, I don't know, I don't want to expose too much, but if you ever like hurt somebody, robbed somebody, did anything of that sort of nature, you know, I thought I was like some Sons of Anarchy star at the time, and it really fucks with you. And there's a component of a higher power to it too. It's like it's very strange. It's very hard to describe, but I think it definitely has its benefit. You know, I know people are trying to tell Lenny it doesn't. I was concerned with his safety, with him taking it, but I knew Aladdin was there, Amin was there. I knew he'd be fine. You know, there would be no harm. And although it doesn't, there's no miracle that's going to make you want to be sober the rest of your life. I mean, everybody has their vices. Everybody, you know. So
for Adam, do you have any vices that you know about other than
his vice is wrestling?
Why are you
posting old wrestling videos?
Huh? There's never enough.
Adam was kind enough
to come.
He was kind enough.
Rob said there's never enough.
To come here tonight and film for your channel. So
I know. I like to pause to.
And somebody actually flank steak shit said, whoever's sending Brad workout equipment also send some cameras to film the fucking podcast.
Good idea. I like to take a pause now for DelrayMisfitsGear.com. All the latest T-shirts. Adam, another clothing site are you aware of? Big Lenny Show, also selling clothing.
You don't even know your own name.
I tried to find that stuff on the internet. There's no website, so it's just on the YouTube channel.
It's on there's YouTube.
So it's like
it's through Teespring, but you can.
Gotcha.
Thank you. And book Cameo. Get an individualized message from Big Lenny himself. Like a great way to interact with maniacs and others, wives, girlfriends, mothers. A nice, good message that we both can be inspired by. And I thank you very much. And of course, Ned from Serbia.
Ned is always getting them.
He's smart.
Yeah, I always see his name.
We definitely plan on going to Serbia soon. I hear that from many channels. And Ned,
soon, yeah. Whenever you get a passport.
Can't wait. I'd like to thank Adam McLeod for his inspiration and fearless approach to a 300-pounder, 500-pound bench presser. You showed absolutely no fear at all, and I want to commend you for that.
Yeah, Rob. Yeah, you were there. What are your thoughts on that?
Let me speak on the fight before you go. That's fine. Well, first of all, yeah, for Adam to step up, I mean, when someone's saying shit like that against your family, I mean, granted, 350-pound bodybuilder, but it is Jay. But still, I mean, that was great. Jay reached out, and he wanted me to talk about when you guys were by the car, because he knows I was there. He wanted me to speak on what was said. Now, I'll say what I heard, and then you can take over from there.
This could get ugly.
No, because you talked. I heard the last podcast, and you said exactly what I'm going to say. So what I heard was he walked up to check your gloves. You said, Jay, do you want to have a conversation, or do you want to go at it like animals? And he said, well, there's already people here. What the fuck, are we going to turn them down? And he said something like, I got a lot more shit on my mind than this. And then it was pretty much a repeat of, do you want to go like this or go at it like animals? And my impression was both of you had intentions on going through with it because people were already there.
Yeah, Jay told me, he said he didn't want to disappoint the fans, so he wanted to go through with it.
That's exactly what he said. But I never heard Jay once say, yeah, I don't want to do this. And I never heard Adam once say, I don't want to do this. I just heard Adam put it out there like, what the fuck are we doing, which is reasonable to do at that age over this bullshit. It's reasonable to say, like, come on, dude, what are we doing? Do you want to just have a conversation instead of be idiots and fight in a fucking park where there's 8-year-old kids running around? So everything was reasonable. There was nothing, but I guess he just wanted to get something out of that.
Adam, I'll give you your chance to respond while I take a bathroom break.
No, that's fine. I don't think anybody. People have heard my fucking opinion on this enough already.
There's nothing new there, right? I didn't say anything.
No, I mean, other than him saying, I'd rather call this off because I have better things to do.
Call it off.
Well, hey, I didn't hear word for word. And I'm definitely not coherent enough to know if I did.
He said, I rather call this off. I have better things to do. My truck got towed or taken away, and he's like, but I don't want to let the fans down. I said, right on.
I didn't want to be in the middle of this shit at all, to be honest with you. But he just reached out to me. He said, say what you heard. I said what I heard, and it's not much different than what's been said already.
This stuff is like beating a dead horse at this point.
Absolutely, and I also didn't want Jay at that. I was neutral there, but I kind of was leaning towards hanging around McLeod there. You know, I haven't seen him in a while. Jay already had the conservative Cuban up his ass, so which is a good guy, by the way. We talked about it off the podcast, how he presents himself well. Gabriel, shout out to, does he go by that on
I don't
yeah,
know.
well, he's a good guy. I like that guy.
Our names are out there. Let other people's names be out there.
Yeah, man. See how it feels to get called in the office at your work.
You did while you were there?
They're like, why are people calling saying who's Rob Godzilla Gorilla?
Must have been when Lenny said.
They must have told the boss I was selling some sort of drugs outside. He's like, I don't care what you're doing. He's like, you do a good job here, so I don't care what they say.
When we did the podcast when you guys were working there, I don't remember. Did Lenny ever slip and say where they were working?
No, McLeod said where we were working.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I did. I think twice.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, we never.
But it was in the video.
It was a selfie video in your car.
Yeah.
No, but it was in the video. Wasn't it in the video?
It was a
of Lenny?
live stream you did in your car.
No, not my video. Lenny's video.
Which video?
The one where he's like foaming at the mouth and everything. Was it set?
No, I think
it wasn't.
Back there, no.
No,
If not, then I said it probably twice. And
I think it
take
was
full
during
accountability
a
for
live
it.
stream you did in your car. Yeah, that was a while ago.
Doesn't matter. I mean, you look back and it's like everything happens for a reason. I think that job was a shit job anyway, you know?
Yeah, it's not like it was going to be your career.
Yeah, right. So I don't care.
The way he sounded like he had a fucking blast there. That's a fucking dream job for him.
He
Shit.
did. It was a party for him.
I love it. You must. Oh, man.
Don't get me wrong, it was monotonous. Sometimes.
I mean, looking back, you were.
I just didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to see another naked, slaggy body anymore. But, yeah, it was good for you.
You had to get a ton of amusement out of that. I mean, I know you said you were moody the whole time, probably because you were picking up his slack.
Think about it. I mean, you're in work mode, you know?
Right,
like,
yeah. And then this guy's partying, and you're like.
Not only was Rob picking up the slack, anything I did, they go and yell at him for it. By the way, Rob, can I play devil's advocate here? What did Jay tell you, knowing that you were going on tonight's podcast? You care to divulge that, what you told me in the car?
We just talked about it.
What that was? Jay said what?
That was it.
Put in a good word for you.
No, he didn't say. No, he didn't.
want you to be a dick.
No,
What'd he say?
he didn't say that. He didn't say that. You know,
Rob.
no, he didn't. I'm drunk enough to be honest. He didn't say that.
What did he say then? What did he say?
He said, say what you heard was said at the car.
Oh, that's not what I heard.
Putting a good word for him.
No, he did not say
That's
that.
what you said, Rob.
No. I feel like Jason. No.
Lenny trolling again.
Put in a good word for me.
No, I didn't give him my password. No.
Stop it!
Stop it! You know what I will say is watching some of the older videos. It's great. The way Brad looks now compared to that was just 3-4 years ago before you started the TRT. It makes me think, what's in my underground test that's not in the
Yeah, prescription's way better.
No,
man.
you got to forgive
I've
me.
gotten that same test that you've gotten.
not good, right?
That shit that I
Brad
get
just
from
went
the
cold
pharmacy
turkey off the meth. You look like a freaking meth head.
What?
Back in the day. Yes, you did, with that short hair.
is it,
You look
meth
like a meth head. What is that show, Breaking Bad? Or
what are you trying to say?
Breaking Brad.
A meth head.
Yeah.
Looked like Jesse Pinkman.
No, I would
Right.
say if anything, a pothead, not a meth head.
You look like a meth head. Emaciated, short hair.
Recompening.
Sores everywhere. Coming in a grouch.
If anyone was
Never had
emaciated, it was
Bodily
me.
sores.
I was the
Never had
emaciated
bodily
one.
Sores.
You got.
I was
When I
pretty
first
skinny.
met you, you were a lot thinner.
When you first met me, I weighed 160.
Wow.
It's 6'1". Yeah, now I'm almost 200.
College football look. Well, that's the thing. You actually look younger as you get older, which is amazing. Did you go back on your gel?
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah. You know,
Definitely gives you.
Well, I discovered something. You know, I had been applying it in my ass. I won't say his name, but remember our doctor Brad told us that's the best place to do it.
Cream.
Bullshit. The best place to do it. Ever since I started putting it on my forearm, I've gotten much better results. I can feel it more. Yeah, right here.
Well, when you got
I started about a month ago doing that.
Yeah, needles.
What
way better.
amazes me is Adam, being humble, was completely drug-free, performance enhancement-free, as he
No, you
demolished
stick the super wheatgrass that kills cancer.
Yeah,
That's the fucking
That's,
super.
I tell you
that's-
what, with
the
that,
bang I was drinking that morning.
Adam, can I ask you a question about that? Do you know for a fact that there's a correlation between the wheatgrass you drank and your cancer going into remission?
There's articles on it. There's articles on it that you can find online. There's no scientific FDA approved like behind it, but that's the only thing I did differently when I learned the first time. I never drank wheatgrass before ever in my life.
Has HCl ever been known to just kind of spontaneously go into remission on its own?
Not that I know of.
Okay. I was just curious.
No.
All right.
And wheatgrass, it's not something they could turn into a pharmaceutical.
Right.
So that's why they don't.
And you're doing it now again, too. Okay.
There's one thing,
Yeah, of course.
There's one thing else I wanted to talk about. I've actually gotten a lot of DMs from fans, maniacs, trolls, recommending, like, different things, not drugs or anything like that, but, like, you should try this certain form of diet, like carrot juice, stuff like that. And just, I appreciate people reaching out and trying to recommend different things for me to, try out alongside the wheatgrass. So
yeah, juicing is great. It's just a pain in the ass. I sent you a picture. I got some wheatgrass powder when he talked, because I want to do the vegetable juicing again. I used to do it, and it's amazing benefits. Amazing. I mean, I remember going to the doctors and saying, he was like, how do you feel? I feel like I'm on ecstasy.
The who? Where did you go?
I went to the doctor. So I had to. You have to see him once a month.
But you're right, it is a pain in the ass. Just to get this
clean
much
that
fucking juice
out
of
clean it.
Yeah.
So I never did the tablets. I always did the liquid. Like, I've never taken this tablets out of the place.
So you juice it or you blend it?
No, I go to Jamba Juice. I try to grow up myself in Coral Springs.
Yeah. Well, that's baller status. I got to do it out the budget way. So I'm gonna have to juice the shit myself.
But you said it's only like what, $3 a shot? Or
Yeah,
something?
like it's anywhere between.
Not a Jamba Juice, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
okay.
went 2 ounce and 4 ounce. I go with 4.
Once a day?
Skip your Starbucks and get that instead.
I don't drink Scar. I gotta skip something else.
Excuse me? Like, who here goes to Starbucks?
Oh, I thought Rob did.
Thought. You do.
No, I don't. I make my own coffee.
Ooh.
Espresso.
I never drank a drop of coffee in my life.
Congratulations.
He
And I
did
never
have
drank
his
a
first-
drop of piss in my life, you sick fuck.
He did have his first soda with me. Do you remember that?
Or a
Leonard?
black man's cum, you sick
I did.
motherfucker.
Yeah. He had his first soda with me.
Advantage Brad.
Said on the podcast.
What?
He had a Jack and Coke. I didn't push it on him. We were
that
at a
was New
Christmas
Year.
party.
Well, usually his go-to is a Long Island iced tea.
Oh, so you've had it before.
Embarrassingly enough to say, yeah.
Oh, he's getting quiet.
Try a great
That's only 2 cups. You've still had more tranny piss than soda, so you're good.
Try a Grateful Dead next time. It's a Long Island iced tea, but instead of Coke, they put in Chambord.
What's Jambora?
It's a raspberry liqueur, if I'm not mistaken.
Love it.
So it's all alcohol. There's no.
Next time I train at Bradford Manor,
don't think I have
we'll have
that.
our pre-dinner drinks.
There you go. Raspberry liqueur and that screwball whiskey, the peanut butter whiskey. It's good shit. There's a guy that's met you in Lake Worth, Lenny, that said, why don't you answer his texts? Ask Lenny why he doesn't answer my text. I met him at Lake Worth Beach with his goddess when they were eating.
Oh, yes. Because let me tell you why, sir. You sent all the black girl parties, and they were canceled. How's that? The parties with the girls, you said, with the big asses that they advertise. I went up there.
Where's this?
Like a jackass, and they're canceled.
Oh, he sent you to a party that wasn't even there?
Advertised, Island Girls, canceled.
There you go.
shit.
That's EdwardVic.18.
Champion is going home. Thanks for your
All right, Adam, thanks.
thanks for your appearance.
See you guys.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, see you later.
What a stud. Kicks Jay Masters' ass, knocks up his wife, and still fits in to film our podcast with an unselfish, humble demeanor.
Don't forget, I gotta go home to my wife who was impregnated by Jay, supposedly. If you believe everything on the internet.
Oh, my
Adam has to
God.
get home to do the laundry and dishes. Time to go vacuum and mop.
Put your apron.
Trouble is, when Brad puts on the apron, he also puts on the high heels and pantyhose, from what I heard.
Projecting. That's
Brad?
that's Lenny's dream. Him and Jay have always wanted to suck my dick. I don't know why.
Well, the party's gone, feels like.
Yeah. The manliness has just left the room.
Somebody
The
said Walter
machismo.
Jr.
Say goodbye to the bad guy.
Somebody said Walter Jr. in the house.
Asshole. Without the crutches.
Jay Masters feels sitting in that lonely cab, knowing the world saw Adam McLeod humiliate him.
You know what I want the Maniacs to do? By the way, I forgot to bring this up. I want all the fucking Maniacs to send that video of the fight to Max Kellerman. Tag Max Kellerman, send it to Max Kellerman. I want that shit on Max Unboxing on ESPN.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Do it, Maniacs. Make it happen.
Max Kellerman.
Yep.
He'll put it on there after he takes a load.
Oh, yeah.
So, Brad, where's your associate Dan Lebertard working at these days?
I don't know. I don't follow.
He's off ESPN.
I haven't listened to him in years. Him and his co-host Stu Gatz. That they're fucking annoying. I don't listen to a lot of shit anymore, man.
He's gone. Golik's gone. They're both off ESPN now.
I listened to Lebertard before when I just had a regular radio in the truck before I had it.
So who's Brad listening to now in the truck?
I like the No Agenda podcast. That's good. That's always a good 3.5 hours. But in the middle, they do a lot of they have shoutouts that last a half an hour.
I have to look it up. I never saw heard of it.
All Joe Rogan and his group.
Rogan, yeah.
No. I'm saying all of them. I don't listen to them anymore. They're all annoying.
Well, what did you do last night? You were on with Lee Priest, right?
Yes.
How'd that go?
Went great. I mean, Leah has good stories to tell. All you guys look it up. Leah's coming out with episodes faster than Brad can put a joint onto his lips.
He puts out two.
Put one soon, please.
I don't have any with me.
Very entertaining.
He puts up 2 a day.
Yeah, you need to hook me up, by the way.
Staying very busy.
He's commenting on Mr. Chuck Basher now, but Lee started the show up by saying something we had in common. He's like, I just go with the flow. I don't care what people call me. He goes, I was at a swingers club one time and a man was giving me head. I just looked down. I said, hey, as long as it feels good, I don't give two shits.
He said that?
And I said, Lee, we got something in common.
Oh, my God.
When I was getting my ass licked by Juicy, her husband, Congo, I'm wondering, how does she have her lips, a mouth on my dick and asshole at the same time? And I looked down. I'm like, oh, shit. And I just looked up and said, fuck.
You think Leo will cut that out?
No, he's cut nothing out because he's getting it put on a separate type of platform that can't be censored.
Oh, no shit. That's why it has. I saw the clip he put up this morning. It was pretty funny.
Very.
Yeah, I like Lee Priest.
Remember, Maniacs, Order 66 Fuad.
Who is this Fuad guy?
He's a Canadian bodybuilder. It's very sensitive. Dave Palumbo says anything about him on his shows since 2012. I understand Fuad will DM him immediately.
I've never watched one of his videos.
I saw those screenshots.
And Shanique Grant,
of those
the
DMs.
black women's physique Olympian who came in second, retired at 24. She's threatening to sue Nick Trigili and Dave Palumbo for slander.
What the fuck?
Because she said they said she wasn't in shape. And her work ethic is a cop.
Good luck with your lawsuit.
Exactly.
Good fucking luck.
Called freedom of speech.
Exactly. It's an opinion. There's no slanders if they, whatever. Fucking.
It's like someone saying, well, Tom Brady didn't play a good game Monday.
Exactly.
That sounds like a shakedown.
Exactly.
So, any playoff predictions
take
for
that
this week?
video down.
Yeah.
Steelers-Browns, what's your guys' prediction if they play?
Haven't the Steelers lost a whole bunch of games in a row? Did they win their final?
Well, the last game they didn't even have their starters in, I don't think.
But they have Cleveland and Pittsburgh Sunday night.
Is it in Pittsburgh or in Cleveland?
Big Ben playing. I heard Cleveland's head coach might be out due to COVID.
Yeah, I heard that too.
This whole season fucking stunk.
What did you think? What did you think about the Eagles coach pulling their quarterback when the Giants could have made the playoffs had they won that game?
Was it because he hated the Giants so much?
I don't know.
Or was it trying to get a drop?
Well, his whole team is throwing him under the bus for doing that.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, that was
all coming out.
odd. Yeah, because they knocked the Giants out.
Yep.
But they didn't get in it either.
No, but the Redskins did. They won the
Redskins
division.
have a good defense.
I don't know. There's 3 games.
All right, let's get to the chase. Who's in the Super Bowl this year?
Fuck, man.
I haven't followed the NFL much this season.
Kansas City.
Maybe Green Bay, Buffalo.
What about the Chiefs?
Yeah, I mean,
How could you not go with them?
their defense isn't. I think Buffalo's got a better defense than them, man.
Buffalo's got a good offense.
Yeah. Kansas City will give up points because they know their offense can score. So, and whoever's the healthiest, I think.
I still have Jason's Nazi coin.
I'll take it.
You want it?
Love it.
Oh,
I've called him. I've texted him.
I was going to ask you, do you remember the kid that was waiting at our table at El Camino when you first met Valerie? Remember he was
Noah
from
Steiner.
He was from Connecticut.
Yeah.
And we told
I first met Valerie at Trapeze, well before you.
Yeah. Okay, asshole.
God.
You remember the waiter and we mentioned Rob's name and he started
Yes.
jumping up and down, clapping
Yes.
his hands.
Robbie.
Oh my God, Robbie.
Robbie.
Oh my God, Robbie.
And he said Robbie used to braid his pubic hairs. How is that possible, Rob?
know who it was.
And how would he
know who that was.
And he used to show people your pubes at class. That beat me. I thought I was a big
I told you
flasher
he would
in high
fucking
school.
remember. I knew Lenny would remember those stories.
So what about
he
it?
was telling
I never
us
would
shit.
remember
He
that in a
said
million
he used
years.
to show people your braided pubic hairs in high school. Is that true?
He was fucking. He turned into like a total flamer when we mentioned your name. All of a sudden he was.
Yeah, Robbie.
Is he a queer?
I don't know.
You told me he was. Yeah. he
So
is.
many kids from my high school. I mean, it's probably the same for everybody.
Matter of
When
fact,
you
the one-
graduate, they just start knocking down.
Tell him who the one in
that
Fort
one,
Lauderdale
too.
was. The cop.
Did you have you run into
seen
him
on the news?
down here? No.
Where the other female cop got on him. The black female cop got on him down at Fort Lauderdale. for
kind-
roughing somebody up. Rob went to school with him.
Yeah.
Remember that down there on
video-
Sunrise Boulevard when they were having a
video
BLM
of the
protest?
Yeah, the protest that happened on Las
And the black
Olas.
cop went up against one of her coworkers. Rob went to school with him.
Who was a white cop? There was a black guy on his knees, and he pushed him to the ground, and then everyone was freaking out, and the black cop went up.
Female.
Yeah.
Shoot him out.
Oh, I think I saw that.
Yeah, I went to school with
Okay.
that.
What was he like in school?
He was a douchebag. He wanted to fight me because I sold his brother an ounce of weed. Like I was bad influence.
Oh, he's Mr. Goody Goody. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Goody. Yeah, I mean, his father was a cop, I believe. So
He was a square too.
yeah, you're never supposed to follow exactly in your father's footsteps. I heard that. I've read that in a couple psychology books. I didn't, but I just didn't want to say they because it would set this guy off if I said they say that. But anyway, yeah, you could tell he was going to be an asshole cop. He was always like, he was taking those pro hormones that were legal at the time, trying to be bigger than everybody. There was one night he was supposed to fight somebody at the football field. We all waited there like fucking 2 hours. And he was the type to like rip his shirt off and act like ready to go and then get
So another Jay Masters.
Yeah,
and then get fucked up.
I don't know. I wouldn't compare him to Jay. He's different, but more bark than bite. One of those perfect candidate to be an asshole cop. Perfect. And he had like 70 other instances this year or something. They said I don't know.
7 or 70?
70.
Holy shit!
Wow. How was your New Year, Leonard? New Year's Eve.
I had a girl take you downtown right before you get downtown. That red and white design on that old PM bar right on Atlantic. She bought me Long Island iced tea, and she gave me a nice massage while I sat in the back. There was a lot of the gals down there, meaning the white gals, that they were looking in horror.
Was that where Deluxe was?
That's called Honey now.
I think it's more west of Swinton, right?
Much.
Yeah, it's west of the tennis courts, right?
It's next to where they made that.
I know what. Fuck, I can't think of the name of it.
way
Breathe?
west.
Is it Breathe?
It's right. No, it's way west. It's across from that store. No, it's like a.
But it's east of 95, right?
Yeah, but it's way up, way up.
Oh, okay.
It's got a red and white.
So Lenny went to the Ave on New Year's Eve.
We didn't go down that part. There's too many white cookie cutters through the roof. We went in no parts of that. But she took pictures of her on her Facebook. Her name is, you can look it up.
Oh, Jesus. Don't you sure you want to do that?
Jacqueline Peak. P-E-A.
Oh, here we go.
P-E-A-K.
That's not her name. You told me a different name. But go ahead.
No, her name is Gilchrist, but she goes by Jacqueline Peak because her husband died Actually, I saw her at the hospital 4 years ago. I'm still working there. The day after her husband, she goes, my husband died. I said, yeah, what's your phone number? She gave it to me. And the PM girl was with her was saying, I can't believe this. I said, believe it.
What, that you asked for it or she gave it to you?
Both.
Nicely done.
So she got behind me, was massaging my neck, and I'm sitting there like this. And I put my arm around her, so I'm massaging her back. And she says out loud, now that's what I'm talking about. You ever had a girl say that when you touched him, Brad? Now that's what I'm talking about.
So how did you find her?
Oh, boy.
She
Oh, I
called
just
me.
got an email from. Don't read that.
Oh, jeez. Delete, block.
That's called hoovering.
Wow.
You know what that means?
Well, because of this shit that's going on now.
Yep.
What do you think of this today, Lenny?
I don't know. Fill me in, Mr. Hoovering.
The rally today.
Yeah, you told me.
You haven't paid attention to any of it?
What are they going to do?
Good question.
Well, what's going on? We see people crawling over the fence. What happened?
Well, the rally, the protests would, stop the steal whole shit got, everybody stormed into the Capitol building like idiots.
It's good to see people
Out
not
shows
standing.
off.
Yeah, but now you do that, and then it's just going to get. Now you're no better than.
going to call them terrorists.
Yeah, it's
Mostly violent protests. They're going to call them.
right when they're
Where's the Cuban conservative?
they're all in the news today.
Sitting in his housing project in Riviera. when he
This
should be at the
is
Capitol.
un-American, but they didn't say anything about the riots that happened how many months ago? Oh well, this has got to defund the police. This has got to stop. Yeah. It's such the hypocrisy in this fucking country.
It's going to get worse.
So out of control.
It's over.
Think so?
Absolutely. People are looking at hell on earth very soon.
Very dark times ahead.
Yeah, you can say that literally.
Jeez.
They're going to say so-and-so's pension isn't deservedly his because he's a white Anglo-Saxon. It's going to go for reparations. You watch.
I hope you're wrong.
Huh. Nothing would surprise me, unfortunately.
No, man.
We just have to hope and pray that Joe Biden can stay lucid for 4 years, or his wife can keep him in check.
He started to look like that guy in the movie Hannibal that comes out in that electronic wheelchair with the pigs.
Yeah.
Ugly motherfucker.
I thought you didn't watch movies, Lenny.
I watched that. It's free on YouTube. Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal. That's great.
Well, it doesn't really matter if he's lucid or not. He's just a puppet.
Of course.
He's not.
That's why they want him there.
Yeah.
He just needs to hang on to those last remaining brain cells to resist these progressive maniacs, and his wife needs to keep him in line, too. You ever notice he never does an interview without her sitting right next to him, making sure he doesn't say the wrong thing?
Speak,
I know.
Dude. He cannot fucking form a clear fucking sentence. He's a doddering old man.
People didn't think there was election fraud.
He should be in a nursing home, not the fucking White House, for Christ's sake. It's a goddamn joke, but...
They did the same election fraud last night. If we talk about this, will we get taken off, too?
Who cares?
Probably. We'll get shadow banned and demonetized right away anyway.
We do.
Well,
fucking
same
matter.
strategy last night. I mean, let's just, obviously the Republicans were doing well, so what do? They cut it off and say, oh, we'll have the results in the morning. I'm a little bit younger than you guys, but have you ever seen a time, even with the old school technology, that they had to wait the next day to get results? Never. And with all the technology we have today, we have to wait days. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. It's because it's...
And anyone who can't see through that, I mean, you just jump off.
Yeah, you have half a brain and you could fucking see it.
Literally half. They should have a drop box in the toll booths. You vote for Biden, a trap door opens up. See you later.
Whatever happened to just voting on election day?
Right.
Hey, really?
You can't fix it.
This COVID worked out so well for the Democrats. Gave them an excuse for mail-in ballots.
And it's going to continue to work to get rid of small business and get government control.
Exactly.
Which makes Democrats filthy rich.
All those small businesses are going to have to get loans to reopen.
What's the point?
COVID doesn't exist past midnight. COVID doesn't exist in Target or Walmart.
Right.
It makes no fucking sense.
But the mom and pop place can't... Oh, no.
Right.
You can go...
Breaking news, Luke Harper just passed.
Who?
Luke Harper, Brody Lee.
Oh, yeah. That's not...
Never heard of her.
Right.
Somebody said, hey, Brad, been a fan since a long time, and I was wondering if you could answer this question in one of your podcasts. I'm a fellow porn addict, and I have been brainwashed by it, so to speak, making me believe that I have a small penis. I'm average, by the way, 6 inches by 4.5 girth.
Oh, God.
This is a total troll. That has prevented from escalating things with girls when I've had the chance, therefore I'm still a virgin. I would like to know your opinion and from the others to know if I would have a problem satisfying women since all of you had quite the experience.
Go to the Trapeze and find out.
Well, you go and answer this fool.
Sir, please. You're hearing what the they say and what you think.
Well, he's insecure because he watches porn.
Show some confidence.
So he sees
Get some confidence.
He sees those hammers on the porn videos, and since he's fucking...
Who cares? My dick looked like a shriveled piece of nothing. I put it out there. Proud of it. And I'll go to the trapeze and walk around shriveled as can be. Show some confidence. And I'll be beating him off with a stick, just like I did when I worked there. And Rob's, not only we spoke tonight about the confidence, he's talking about the 3-second rule. You see a girl you got 3 seconds. Tell her. And don't look at saying the right thing. It's whatever the hell you want to say.
Right.
Just like a girl, Kayla, a very nice girl I met in front of a restaurant the other day. She's like, I want some of this. I said, well, I want some pussy.
Yeah. She texted him and said, I need some of this. And we text back, I need...
She had no problem with it. I said, when you do that, what do you do? She goes, I get horny. Good. You're going to need that.
Somebody asked if are you afraid that you might spend a period of time in purgatory for your filth behavior?
Sure. It's not a place I want to go. Of course, being on Earth might be purgatory. Just don't keep me alive and torture.
And no, they did not eat on the podcast. Everybody saw one.
How many do you want to get home?
Yeah. I started to get the look when I even started to open mine, so I didn't touch nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to have to wrap it up.
I
got to give Robzilla a little ride home to sample.
You don't have to. I can get picked up. You don't have to.
Are you sure?
Yeah. If that's easier for you, let me know now so I can send for it.
I hope it doesn't cost you much money.
No. It's not going to be money.
Oh, she doesn't start
It's going to be an argument.
Well, you won. You won't get into it, but you won that argument, bro, big time.
Lenny wants to drive you home so he can make a stop on the way back.
What's that?
It's going to stop at Trapeze and Haitian girls.
Shit, how do I say?
Done. But looking forward to a workout, like I said, as long as I got some wheels at Bradford Manor pretty soon. What about Friday, Brad?
Yeah, at work, but after. Come over.
You sure?
Yeah, why not? You can come up anytime, man.
I don't want to impose.
You don't impose. How many times did I tell you that?
I don't want to be like you-know-who and just camp out there and bring my...
You're different. I
Show
don't
guns on
break door.
That wasn't
bring
broken.
the tire chains or whatever the fuck.
Pass out on mushrooms. I would like that. That's one thing.
I'd like to do it if all the Brad would save a mushroom.
Dude, I'm like you, man. Once I get it going, buddy, and save shit.
Any Maniacs send some mushrooms? I heard it's a real good thing to microdose. 0.2 grams a day. Microdose it. It heals your serotonin levels in your brain, whatever. It's probably just another drug.
Somebody said the comments were getting deleted. I don't delete comments, just so you guys know.
I think Brad microdoses his girl dick. What a sense of humor. Just like Lee Priest. You know, he said it last night on the podcast, Maniacs. Same thing I said. He goes, people troll me all the time. They say they want to fuck my daughter in the ass, fuck my mother, kill my mother. Because I just laugh about it. Food for thought, Dale.
What else is he going to do?
It's all
Food for
talk.
thought,
Yeah, exactly.
Dale.
It's all just fucking, like you
You
said.
want some baby raccoons. They're on their way.
With rabies.
Yeah, they're going to jump out of that package. Because Brad said they can deliver live animals.
Yeah, there was.
We'll send some rabid baby raccoons to Terrence Estates. So he wants to go out and make a pet of them.
Don't do that.
And rip him to shreds. Don't do it. He deserves it. You see the way he acted on that podcast? That cocky BSer.
What did he say?
Oh, you say that now, but you don't say it when he's on there. I thought that was a pretty good podcast with you guys.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
But he made you feel foolish about the whole hunting debate. That's why you're getting.
He didn't.
No.
I feel so foolish.
Well, what did he say? What was his argument?
Well, because in the comments they're saying they'll own Lenny in that debate.
They sure did.
In the comments, I'd say they.
The theys.
See, it's getting
Brad,
to
you always,
it bothers
you're
him.
a comment queen.
Not a comment queen.
You always have been.
What does that mean?
Look at
It
him now.
affects you, bro.
Scroll.
No, it doesn't. It affects you.
Comments.
You're the one that used to call people out that would talk shit about you. Where did you get fat fucking Lenny from? The comments. Remember in all the old videos, he used to call it, he would read the fucking comments, and the next time he was at the gym, that's when he started calling people out. I see what you say on there. You call this fat.
I'll fight anybody.
Fucking bolt. Don't
That's
try
not
to
a
throw your
beginner.
shit on me.
Yeah, he was a beginner.
To this day, Brad, 60
You
years,
still do.
60 years down the road, you'll be a comment queen.
Okay.
Can I get a
Hey, we
comment
got a dancing queen and a comment queen. That's great.
Can I get a comment on Palm Beach gym that's in the videos is much different than the Palm Beach gym now. What happened?
It's gone, demolished.
What do you mean?
The one that we filmed a few videos in?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was demolished.
But they kept the same name and moved?
It's a BurgerFi now.
Oh.
They knocked that whole plaza down and built a Whole Foods.
I want to hear about the day that you guys shot a video there. You were in the Christina shirt. Emma was there, and you were on something.
Yeah.
Molly?
Yeah.
Like Phenibut.
Was it six? No, it was something.
Yeah.
He got crazy on Phenibut a lot.
You guys kept
haven't done that
throwing
in
in
months.
innuendos and little hints that he was on Molly.
They send you fish oil, but they don't send you
Well, Emma's
Phenibut.
looking lean and mean. I saw her Instagram.
Why are you flexing your tits when you say that?
Why are you looking at him?
Look at he's flirting with me, this fucking homo.
Was that a 6 a.m. video? 6
Yes.
a.m.? Really?
Yeah.
That's
Was
real
Richard
thing.
in that
All
one?
those, even the World Gym
One of
ones were mostly 6 a.m. when he was all crazy,
That was fun going in there early. in the
shooting the
morning.
snot out of his nose.
That was fun. You see the sun coming
Remember
up.
the mirrors on the ceiling?
Yeah.
The ones with Synthol Mark, some of those were later in the day. Like I would meet you there at noon. We'd film.
We need to get Synthol Mark on.
You do? Where is he? Orlando?
Yeah,
He's at Hogan's Beach Shop.
What a shithole.
he probably has 80 guns by now.
We should have him call into one of the podcasts.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe he's in hiding. The synthol came out of the system.
Yeah, it leaked out. He's like a shell of himself. That's a good compliment, though. But when Mark was natural, they accused him of using steroids and being on Synthol.
Yeah. And he called everything politically that's going on today. Back
Yeah, he
then.
did.
Trump's just a speed bump. He sure was. Done.
I don't know. You think if they take him out of the White House that he's gonna? I think he's so emotionally invested in this stuff. I think even if he's out of the White House, he's gonna have to.
And disgusted. He's not. I don't see him going to that inauguration and playing nice at all. I don't think he'll even show up.
Well, that's the only card he's got left to play. Is
Well, that's how you become a winner. He's not the average guy. You got to step on people to get in his position.
Yeah.
You got to be a shark, not a minnow. Just like Greg Valentino said in Bigger, Faster, Stronger, and just like Chris Bell's mom said, "What's the best part of an Oreo cookie?"
The middle.
Why?
Because it's Chris Bell's middle child. That's why. She was trying to make him feel good and warm and fuzzy, and you did, Chris. You know you feel warm and fuzzy after that comment. Cookie boy.
Ibogaine boy.
Chris the shower.
Fucking flooded the bathroom.
Did you say he's taking a shower every 10 fucking minutes?
He was taking Ibogaine because he's addicted to showering.
Ibogaine, shitting blood, wearing my fucking socks in there, getting soaking wet.
Lenny's in there shitting while he's in the shower.
On like this. It's Frankenstein.
It's too bad Marvin couldn't film all that shit.
Maybe he was addicted to Dove body wash. That's why
he wasn't allowed because Chris forbidden it. Mr. Bell.
How does he feel watching you walk around in your tighty whities, shitting blood and throw? Didn't you have to throw up in the sink?
Yes, I couldn't bend down. I was so out of it.
Yeah, and he's in the shower.
Blood coming out of Blood coming out of my ass.
Watch, people go to message him. I guarantee he ignores it or deletes it.
Or he gets sued for defamation.
What?
He did threaten.
So how's that defamation? Because you said he likes to take showers? Oh,
well.
Did he bring a rubber ducky?
He had to sue me for defecation of blood.
These fucking people. Everybody's so worried about their image.
Shanique Rance said she's going after Dave Palumbo because he said she wasn't in shape.
I know, we just talked about that.
I'm going
These people, all these fucking bodybuilders are insecure fucking babies. That's why they get into the fuck sport to begin with, because they're fucking insecure. They're wimps. They gotta get all big and jacked so nobody even wants to fuck with them because, they...
Yeah, but theoretically, you can get Mr. Olympia going there and Adam McLeod will embarrass him, which he did.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, Lenny. You're such a fucking troll.
And then be humble about it. That's the ultimate smack in the face. And show the guy mercy. Right. Adam was going in for the kill. I mean, I was thinking Jay would have been carted out on a stretcher.
It's the same scenario with
body bag.
when you get a lot of these. I'm not saying all cops, because there's a lot of, we know nice good cops, but there's a lot of them that grow up getting picked on and fucked with, and then they get
we all know good cops. Name one of them.
And then they're going to be
assholes. We all know them. I don't. Name one.
There was a few at the gym.
Well, name him.
Roy was a nice guy. He's a cop.
Retired.
But he was a cop. You don't think he was a...
You never dealt with him as a cop.
Sean was a cop.
Sean?
He's retired.
Okay, well, whatever, Lenny.
I wanted to be a cop at last year at a certain point. First of all, I think somehow...
You'd be on the fucking news for sure.
The Maniacs would find a way to ruin it. And second of all, it's like, can you imagine pulling someone over, say they have, a quarter ounce of weed? I'm going to take this person to jail? I could not do... I couldn't have...
You don't have to.
Or say they got 2 grams of coke and they're just going out. I would say, listen, give me half. You're free to go.
You'd be like Denzel on Training Day, man.
No. In all seriousness,
that was great.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of that too.
Don't you have a body cam? Like, say you pull somebody over to
now.
Mr. Goody white boy acting all shocked, jackass.
Another movie you saw. I thought you didn't watch movies.
Hey, that's a good movie.
Here we go.
That's a good.
But it's the same thing. Powerlifter, bodybuilders. Powerlifters are just fat kids, and bodybuilders are just skinny fuck kids.
Yeah, I think everybody starts out.
Most of the bodybuilders are fucking short. They got that Napoleon complex.
Those are the most dangerous people.
What do they
Sammy
call the guys with the regular bodies and the big heads?
Yeah, I know. Right?
Postal workers.
I have a huge head too. You know what? The girl.
I just need my body to get bigger so I don't look out of proportion.
I don't see that. I think it might be the hairdo, because back in your meth days with them short hair.
I've never done meth, but if that's what you want to call it.
That's what they all say. Well,
Molly. Here we go.
Molly has meth in it. Molly has meth in it there.
Has amphetamine.
Right.
Whoops.
Adderall too. They call that pharmaceutical meth. But I didn't say that. You didn't hear that. Let's edit it out.
You got timestamp?
Somebody's speechless right now. Look at him looking down.
So
Yeah, that's what meth does. You can increases your.
I actually talked to Nate about that. Nate said Adderall is nothing like meth.
you'd have to take maybe fucking 10 of them, and you'd have to smoke them. People inject meth. No, you say it like he knows.
Nate's nothing like a human being. He more resembles a fish than anything else. You're going to take a fish's word for it?
Poor Nate.
Poor Nate.
Poor Nate.
Aquaman.
How did Nate go from being a pinworm to being a fish? Where did that happen?
It's not a far off transition.
No.
Who made him authority on pharmaceuticals?
Don't fish eat worms?
Yeah, true. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
The pinworms eat shit, particularly those Haitian shit.
Watching the old videos, it's like Nate is such like an innocent, like just trying to have a good time with my boys, and Lenny's
his little tripod set up. Yeah.
He doesn't even know how to react. He's just like, wait, what? Yeah. What's going on?
We're talking about you look like a fish, Nate. How about that?
Oh, geez.
If you had any guts, you come back on this podcast.
I like Nate a lot. When I met Nate, I like him a lot. He's a cool.
Yeah, Nate's a good dude. Nate's a good sport.
Yeah.
Puts up with all this shit.
He's a cheater, though. Knee wrap this, elbow sleeve that.
Maple syrup there.
Yes.
Extra water that.
What about the pancake eating contest?
Eating them up too much.
Yeah.
Taking antihistamines to increase its appetite. It's not for anybody. And Gwinnett, I'll be your pinworm if you get my drift.
It's Yannette. He asked me tonight about some chick who used to work there, and I'm texting people trying to get her number, and they're like, she's taken. He's like, by who? You respond. What do you think of that? She's taken.
Taken by who? What do you mean taken? That doesn't fly with me. Now I don't recognize modern day marriages because pretty soon you'll be able to marry a farm animal, so they're all null and void. Go ahead and laugh. Give me a few years.
I know, you're right.
Good in a few years. Nate will marry those dogs.
I think there was something. Those dogs.
I swear he's going to film it. He's going to put little tuxedos on them. He'll have one.
Who's the bride? Who's the groom?
The littler one is going to be both will be grooms. Both will be. So it'll be like a gay dog wedding. And he's going to film it and have all type of...
Do you know who that is?
Brian O'Brien.
Just tell Lenny he needs to read my DM. You need...
That's what Cornelius told me about his wife. I'm sorry. I'll get to it. I'm not that good at that yet.
Well, that's more important than Dweebo.
I apologize for not reading any of the DMs that I'm going to get to him. I'm very sorry. I'm making a prompt response. That's the least I could do.
I'm sure your inbox is flooded with shit.
I got an announcement. Well, let me get it.
We about ready to wrap this up?
Yeah.
Do you have another podcast tonight?
I think tomorrow with Greg Valentino and Meow Man.
Oh, that'll be good. Why'd you make that? Greg's cool.
Want you on there, Brad.
Hey, it's not my show. It's your guys' show.
If any maniacs need help finding Skittles, you can contact me at misfit, ZILLAH, at protonmail.com. Skittles, taste the rainbow.
Who's that? That's somebody that wanted you to give them a shout out?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Skittles. There
taste the rainbow.
I'd like to taste the mushroom, but Brad seems to intercept them all.
I haven't got All right.
The only mushroom I'll get at Brad is a portobello with a bite mark in it.
I'll sell. I'll contact the guy. We'll see what we can do. What are you training Friday?
Arms, forearms, calf. Can't wait to get into that standing calf again with my new technique.
That bench is good, but you can't do decline on it.
You don't need decline.
Yeah,
I can't get in that position anyway.
You don't miss the hammer strength machines at all?
A little bit. I don't know,
It's
man.
not as effective. They don't provide that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been getting
balance.
I've been getting such great workouts.
You look at the old school guys, Arnold. They never did it.
I don't have to wait for shit.
Nothing.
that's
Listen to my own
nice.
fucking music.
What's an Arnold
Plus,
routine?
it's cool out, too.
Inclines, benches.
It's been great since the weather.
4 sets, 6 to 10, and heavy dumbbell flies. That's how
I got everything I need now. It's great.
It's almost better that you don't have to use that laziness.
And there's no distractions.
Well, you got the taco queen running in and out with those Daisy Dukes.
She likes to wear them little fucking daisies.
Brad, quick question. Have you got it on with her in that weight room?
Yes.
Oh, my.
On what bench so I can sure to lick up the sloppy seconds?
Both of them.
Wow. Did you drape yourself in that swastika flag while having sex?
No, sir.
And put
That
your
thing hasn't come out
put
of
on some of those
You know what you
leather
do?
gear?
That thing hasn't come out of the drawer since I put it in there.
You have to bang her in there. Right underneath the picture of you is Napoleon. You know, with like
It's Stalin.
Oh, it's Stalin. You know, looking down at you guys, going at it.
Stalin had a nice beard and hair. I'll give him credit for that. But did you see when in World War II,
So does Brad.
the Nazis captured his son? And you know what he said? They wanted to negotiate with prisoners a deal. He goes, "I don't have a son." And they and the Germans shot.
Cold motherfucker right there.
Yep, I don't have a son.
Wow.
Next fine.
What a way to end the podcast.
Who said it was over?
Which way?
Ended it with a bang. Get it?
The Taco Queen on the benches or the Stalin?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Right, 70 in the books. That's it.
That's it.
Good seeing you, Rob. Thanks for swinging by.
Well,
Lenny's just staring.
Yep.
He's not even blinking. Boy, you're out of it.
I don't know why.
I was thinking about making an Instagram to get back in contact with people, but we'll leave that to another episode. If any.
All right, let us know. We'll mention it on.
Glad to have you back in the piss.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't take it that far.
Glad to have you back in the piss.
What we should do
Give
is
it
have
time.
new Misfits as initiation. Have everybody, including the taco,
Stay at Jason's house for 2
take a
weeks.
piss
That's
on 'em.
initiation.
It's like, you know what I mean?
Instead of getting jumped into a gang, you get pissed on.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be lining up to
absolutely.
do that. Yeah.
I don't agree. I think you got to stay with Jason minimum 5 nights.
Well, that means you'd live with Jane, too.
There was one point of that where I was in his passenger seat thinking to myself, I think suicide is the best option right now. And I'm not kidding. He drove me that fucking nuts at that point.
Yeah.
But I look back and,
Small doses.
did me a big favor to not have to pay for a hotel, but him telling you, buy my energy drinks, bitch, that's just as degrading as
What?
paying 100 bucks.
Damn.
What?
Yeah. He got that comfortable at one
He
point.
didn't try that with Brad.
Wouldn't you wake up in the middle of the night, too, naked and go into the kitchen?
Yeah, and make protein shakes, but it's his house. I can't, that's his.
Ugh. Protein. I gotta eat, drinking them so many years. I do it after workout. I can't stand them anymore.
Yeah, I don't
They get old real. I
even have any protein.
Weeder protein tastes just like some kind of
Protein
chocolate.
powder. I have none of that shit. I'd rather fucking just put ice cream and milk in a fucking shake.
Yeah, eat the real stuff. But one last thing is I have that soft spot for Jason we all have, but what people don't realize is like, when you have a friendship with someone, it's natural to want to be like, hey, how you doing? Are things good? You want to catch up with someone and have that. He doesn't have that, It's like you text him, hey, how you doing? Can you send me $20? My birthday in February. I gave it to him the other night. I'm like, Jason, I was like, I'm your friend. Troll, extort the internet people. I was like, your birthday's in fucking February.
Watch him magically reappear on social media like a week before his birthday to try to milk it. Hey, I'm back, everyone! By the way, it's my birthday in a week.
He doesn't do that shit with us.
No, not anymore.
Well, he knows better. And he knows better with me, too. Like, now, whole text, whatever. It's not even worth getting into, but...
Yeah, everyone knows. All right.
Anything else?
No, just Leo and Longevity's podcast twice a week. Look for us. Watch his other stuff. He's rising like a meteor out of nowhere. And there's going to be repercussions soon, but we're ready.
Think
Back
so.
in action.
It's good to see you. We also got the champion, Adam McLeod,
Busted
along with
Douglas.
Andrew and myself, doing the
Lenny is so proud
original
of you.
Delray Misfits podcast. Brad, do you have anything to say?
Episode 70.
Adam went from knockout king to camera boy.
See how humble he is?
70 episodes. That went pretty... I remember listening to you, like, number 1, 2, number 3 with Big Richard. That went pretty quick.
Yeah, well, how many years has it been?
If we weren't
We've
such
only done
lazy
70.
assholes, we'd be like 150 by now.
Yeah, that's true. I was here... I moved here almost over a year and a half ago, and that was, what, 50... Episode 54 was my drunk one that I finally listened to for the first time. And I liked it.
That was like March 2019.
So what made you want to come to swim in the piss again? Jump back in the lake of piss.
Well...
You got out pretty.
You
pretty
can't get
clean.
away from it.
The
I wish I could.
The undertow of Lake Cresva just pulled him back.
You went totally ghost. No Instagram. No nothing. No videos for a while.
Well,
I think the fight and the aura of Adam's championship is what brought you
I
back.
think so. You know what it is too. I think at the time, over a year ago, was I think the last time I was in a video. I read some of the comments, which we shouldn't do, and they said, Rob's got to go. And I watched the video, and I said, you know what? They got a point. I don't really.
Hey, who's they?
The Maniacs. So I think I think I took myself out at an appropriate time. And it's not that I necessarily want to jump back in. It's just being around here. It's like, I'm friends with everybody here. It's impossible to completely leave this in the past. I don't wish I could because, I love all you guys, but you can't escape this shit. I don't know what it is about it. It's like, I don't know what it is, but
Trust me, I know.
Yeah, there's no explaining it.
So what do you think about Andrew and Brad after not seeing them all those years? I think Andrew looks like a 21-year-old with his new haircut. And what would you say
New
about
haircut?
Brad's?
He said the same haircut.
I just didn't cut it for like 6 weeks. I got lazy.
Brad looks like he swallowed Rich Piano. And Andrew looks like he's a college football player.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I said that.
Maybe a kicker. That's about it.
And I'm sorry, I can't wait. This is filmed. I got a package from the Maniacs.
And that came in yesterday, so it hasn't been sitting in my car for weeks. Like that little creep's picture. That guy, they figured out it was King Cobra. I watched one of those videos. Good fucking God.
By the way, if anyone
What is that?
if anyone wonders why I hold the microphone like this, who watches this video, this is the only way it'll work. This wire connection here is very loose, and if I don't hold the mic up like this, it won't work. So
I think you were influenced by the Beastie Boys.
We spare no expense.
Well, I'm going to open this up. I can't wait anymore. And Brad, again, thanks for the meal. He's helping me grow for the Ruby. And I'd like to make the announcement that Cornelius sent pictures. He's doing the Ruby as well.
No shit.
And he looks big.
Did he want you to
looks
tell?
freaky.
Did he want you to make that announcement?
No, he didn't. But his wife was DMing me, and I had no idea she was doing it. So he sent me a link where I could contact her in person. And let me tell you,
The one that we met?
yes, the one that was wearing the blue miniskirt and the high heels and the white pantyhose.
He told her she'd make a good trainee.
Well, that I'm thankful for. Anybody that introduces their wife to me,
Boy,
that's a good.
I wish you had a 10-inch
But
cock.
he said, well, anybody can have one these days with technology, but he said right there, he showed me a picture, he's freaky, and he says, I'm bigger than Dale. Look out. So what do you think about that, Dale?
Yeah,
Wow, just what I needed. Thank you for my health. Omega-3 fish oil with 1,200 milligrams EPA. 3 soft gels will give you the acquired amount, which is EPA, you should go over a gram, and DHA, you should go close to a gram. This is perfect.
I don't know who to thank for because there's
Alonzo
no
Nutrition, I'd like to thank you whoever sent it, that this is keeping me healthy as well as
note
helping
now.
with other processes in the body. Thank you very much. If there's some way I can repay you, I certainly will. But I will dwarf
Hold the mic, please.
the microphone, pick it up.
Cornelius is looking freaky, but I'm going to dwarf him, and I'm going to show his wife what a real man is. After the movie. And Dale, you can take your baby raccoon fetish and your tobacco chewing fetish and stick it, because your ass is grass at the Ruby.
Maybe he'll bring you some antlers you can hang on your wall. You wouldn't hang any deer antlers on your wall, Lenny?
I'll hang Dale Chance antlers on my wall.
Have you ever... Do you usually take that, fish oil?
I do, but not in this form.
What form do you take it in?
Walmart fish oil. This is like a very
that's
high
great
quality. It's very pure and it's triple strength, which you need. And in 3 soft gels, that's perfect. Thank you very much.
How about one night at the Trapeze, there was a black guy and another guy arguing.
You left your phone on. Why is that popping?
The last voice I want to hear right now. Yeah, there was a black guy, a white guy, and they
You
were
still don't know how to work your fucking phone? Jesus Christ.
pushing each other, fighting, and Lenny got in the black guy's face. He was all goosed up on something. And he's like, "You're gonna listen to me, boy." And the guy's like, "What the fuck did you say to me?" It was bad. I had to get.
So you're hard of hearing?
When was this?
This was at the club. While
Anytime the you know what's got out of hand, I step to the forefront. That was my territory. Always. The older Italian guys, you know, you let them to the Tim and the Glens.
Your territory was taking Molly and disappearing when I needed your help. That was your territory. He would come in just feeling great.
Friday to
And
Saturday.
Management would tell him, like, Lenny, you can't, you know, the members are our customers. You can't really. He would go up to every black girl, patting her on the head, grabbing her ass. He was there. He wasn't there for work. He was there for play.
Oh yeah, he's
And
partying.
he had a great time, and I didn't care. I loved it. You know, it was.
I tell you what, it was great because Friday and Saturday night, you're talking playroom, wall-to-wall people, naked, drunk. It's like anybody must go at least once. Great place to do a girl because she doesn't have to get naked. She can wear a towel, drink, you can go out your car and smoke.
I would know. If you're in a relationship and you want, working there makes you crave a wholesome relationship. It makes you want the opposite.
You get still sick of it, but
if you're with someone you don't give a shit about, then yeah, go there. But there's something very demonic about that.
You know what the problem is, Rob? You have to be on something to work there and go there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, it was just a total fuck. I mean, you'd see anything. All of a sudden, you'd smell like shit. And like, what the hell Rob said? Oh, that's people doing anal. You know, girls, of course. If there was any type of gay male sex, that we had to kick them out. There was, and transsexuals, which I didn't agree with, they couldn't show their genitals. Because, you know, if I was the LGBT, I would be picking that place. But that was a no-no in the club, whatever. But lesbian sex, anything goes, quite a few. But Friday and Saturday night is a place to go. And if you're a girl, I mean, it was, what did they charge them for a Friday night? $30?
$15.
And they would get $2.15, and they would get 2 free meals. And I missed the meals. That was some good, high-quality food. We would have nice prime ribs, horseradish sauce,
they had
boiled potatoes, salad, anything you could think of. And I miss it. I used to go there. We used to eat. Then at night, I would take my hour break while Rob was in there.
Yeah, we were supposed to take 15 minutes. He would take over now, but I didn't care. He had.
And the other employees, they would try to, like this one guy named Glenn, this little Italian piece of shit. We'll get to further. Glenn Giacchio is his name. You can order 66 of them to hell and back, as far as I'm concerned. He's a little snitch. He's a little coward. He thought he was tough. He thought he was connected. But the only thing he's lucky he wasn't connected with was Rob's fist.
Yeah, one night he went up to Lenny. He's like, I'm praying for Rob. And Lenny's like, you should pray that Rob doesn't fuck you up.
Yeah.
I hated that.
That's the thing when somebody's afraid of you. Oh, tell them I'm praying for them. Yeah, right.
I was
shit.
Lenny could tell you I was I was mean.
You were like a switch.
Right.
You went from 0 to 1,000,000 in a second. And at that point, I'm thinking the whole time, no matter how spaced out and fucked up I was.
Well, yeah, because he's got to do a job for 2 people. He's picking up your slack, so of course
if someone was out of
off.
line, Rob would come up and say, "You got to go, buddy." And of course, 9 times out of 10, you got a guy that's drunk, whatever. They would give you a lip or whatever. So Rob would just grab him, and when he took him out of the room, he made sure his head would hit the door, the wall, and especially the steel lockers. Head first there. One time he threw him into the cum-soaked, urine-soaked, fecal matter-soaked laundry basket where all those towels were, because people would grab 1 or 2, and they would walk around the club with a towel, and it would be like, picking on stuff. Remember, there's condoms.
So they would just have designate like hampers to throw the dirty.
One huge hamper, probably had the size of this area right here, and we had this one guy. He came in one week, got drunk, and he starts talking to me like he's a mob guy. Like, you don't know. Yeah. Here's the problem.
You don't know who I am.
There's a single side and a couple side. Yeah. So the single guys would always be trying to get on the couple side because there was more action over there. So he was like, come on, let me over. You don't know who I am. I'll change your life, this and that. I was like, how are you going to change my life? Give me a fucking construction job? Because that's what he was talking about. And we just went back and forth. Long story short, we had to throw him out physically that night before Lenny got there. Then he came back. And he was fine every time he was sober. Then he was drinking one night, and he's talking to Lenny, and then he's like, looking at me. He's like, "Yo, come over here, talk to me." I'm like, "I got work to do. I got work to do. I'm not dealing with you. You're fucking drunk." He said, "All right, I'll remember that." I said, "Oh yeah." And I fucking grabbed him by the throat, threw him against the wall, and then something happened. His towel came off. He's butt naked. I picked him up and I threw him in the laundry basket.
And that's not the laundry basket get it thrown in. Trust me.
But
every bodily stinking fluid, you could come in there with freaking total with leprosy. Nobody, there's no screening at all.
I'm not saying it to be like
they had you working in the back, and
you know who's the manager now? Remember the blonde girl up front, Heidi? Very nice girl.
I don't remember.
He only remembers the porn stars that worked there.
Yeah, and the porn stars that came in.
There was one night.
Ron Jeremy.
I don't remember that, but let's talk about the infamous night with that video when that video happened.
Robert, please.
There's only one thing I want to say about that. Everyone blamed me like
I did too, and I jumped the gun on that. I said that because after the fact, he was like, I made him post that. He's like, he insisted that you post it, so.
Not only that.
No one ever
But
gave
you're
me
still a
anything that
dunce,
I didn't want
but-
to try in the first
yeah.
place. That includes anybody.
You have to be a dunce to be involved.
Includes
with
Brad, too.
Right.
But the thing is, everyone acted like I gave him
Because
some
he was
sort of
scared. He thought
substance.
he called me. He was, I'm going to lose my job now, and it's just that. And then the video gets posted. I'm like, why the fuck would you post a video if you're worried about losing your fucking job? That's
Well,
what
we
pissed
got
me
lucky.
off. Yeah, and then you got lucky.
There's
Well,
one.
sometimes with Lenny, he'll tell you something and then tell me something different.
Correct.
That's what I didn't learn until a couple months after being here, which is why sometimes you need to fact check things.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, like he'll tell me, film it, I don't care. And then he'll call you and be like, I don't want him posting that.
Right.
Which, whatever, it is what it is. But I didn't give him nothing that night. He got whatever he got at Paradise that made him act that way. And then I got the blame, like I'm feeding him drugs. So that's what pissed me off. And then another thing, I don't even want to get into it all, but who cares? Who cares?
The year of the cat. Do you even?
You know what? People can say what they want. It's out there, and I know Lenny's happy it's out there. What did he always say in the old videos? If I die, I want it on film. So.
That's what I was about to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
When we went to Vegas for the Olympia, Lenny said to me before we walked into the expo, I don't care what happens. I don't care if 10 PMs from Cali Muscle's booth start stomping my fucking head in. You just stand there and film it. I don't care what happens. So in your defense, Rob, Lenny has always told me over the years, I don't care what's happening to me. You just film it.
Yeah.
So.
You'd be glad you were, some of the things.
Yeah.
Just like when Brad had that troublemaker up where he lived and Brad Estates, he pushed him around.
Yeah.
And it make for a good educational video. Here's what happens when you overdose.
Yeah, but do you even know to this day what it was? Was it ketamine and Molly? Or?
Probably just an overdose on G.
You weren't foaming it.
No,
way.
no,
There's
no.
no way.
You weren't foaming at the mouth either, were you? That was powder.
Phenibut.
Okay.
And I don't know why the hell. Oh, I know, because the cops were there. I figured I'd get rid of this Phenibut. So what do? Take a fucking 5 times the dose and shove it in my mouth.
One of the guys
That
working
enough.
there was an EMT, so we were like standing over him. We had those ammonia salts trying to wake him up. Little did we know,
Well, before he lost his mind and was foaming and walking around and singing, he was on the floor. He passed out.
No.
Oh.
No. I think
So-
he disappeared for a little bit, and then he came back, and we didn't know what the hell happened.
I remember one
I
time
was out of it too that night.
Rob was such a good coworker. He let me take a nap for 2 hours in the car one time. I was so
I need a
sweet.
coworker like that.
Corporate time stealing weasel right there.
But not only that, I mean, the amount of times that you got carried out of that place and we covered you,
Oh, wait, what?
Second time, yeah.
Go ahead, elaborate.
Yeah.
These are
was
the
after
stories you want to
about a
hear.
year ago, after the New Year's.
Huh?
The second time, yeah.
Yeah, the second time, I mean, the girl that worked up front, she was a porn star, and everybody knew it, but nobody said
What did they
anything.
call her? What was her porn name? Because she's out
gonna
there.
get doxxed if we
Do
Cyrus
it.
Blow.
Cyrus Blow. And what did Cyrus Blow tell
Cyrus
you, Rob?
Blow.
Super Bowl Sunday of last year.
She said, "I'm bored. You want to fuck?" And I was dating somebody there at the time, so I declined. I won't comment on my feelings about that decline.
Should have
but-
passed her off to Lenny.
Now you wish you would have.
But anyway, so she, he comes up to the front and he's got this look and like he's demonically possessed. It scared the shit out of me, but I knew what happened. And this poor kid, Tim, walks you up there and he's just like tells the manager like, Lenny's, I don't think he's doing all right. He didn't know what to say. And then by the time everything got there, he's yelling at the girls who work there, "Whoa, you're looking great. I haven't told you yet." It's like all the thoughts that
They seemed to like it, though. I never saw so many
yeah,
smiles.
of course, they loved it.
Because they always try to say hi to me when I get in there, and I want to go eat. Because you got to start at 10
The
o'clock.
funniest thing.
I hate that shit when I come in. how you doing? Or how was your day off? You know how that is. It's like, fuck you.
That's
I
one of
gotta
my
eat.
biggest pet peeves at work when someone, how was your day off?
Yeah.
That was the
you.
best. We will walk in together.
it's-
There's the front desk there. You got like 3 girls and the bosses, the managers, all like, "Hey, Lenny, how you doing?" He didn't even look their way, just straight to the food.
I'm here to eat.
Yeah.
And get fucked up.
And he wouldn't even look, wouldn't even acknowledge him, wouldn't even look at him, and just straight to the managers couldn't even, if they had a bone to pick with him, they couldn't talk. They would have to go
Yeah, they
through
go
me.
to him.
They would never call him in the office. They
Never.
would call me, and I would get in trouble.
You want to tell them about the text? This is really unethical, but it's true.
What is it?
You want to tell them about the emails?
This is the best.
This
Okay,
is
so
bad.
they had a thing set up where you can send an email to the club. I mean, any business does. So I would send emails saying those security guards in the back are the best. I was nervous about having my wife there. We felt so protected, this and that. And these owners were so stupid. They printed out the emails. We had a meeting at work, and they're reading them. They're like, the guys in the back did a great job, and they're like, this is what we work for. Everyone's clapping.
I couldn't keep it straight.
great.
Everyone's clapping, and
Rob
I'm like,
did
I
it
wrote
again.
you dumb fuck. I got people fired
Both
through
of us
those emails.
passing out. Every other, I mean, Rob, you had to admit you were passing out too.
I was, one
On
night.
the B's, on the benzos.
I crashed my car because I would take G. I would take G, and then my dumbass would take a Xanax or something. And one night I fell asleep at the wheel getting on the highway, and someone knocked on my door and was like, "Dude, you're sleeping." And I was like, "Oh no, I'm good." And then I get off at Sample 39, and I fucking wake up, and my car's wrapped around a pole. Yeah. Jeez. Not good, fans.
Not good,
The
bro.
owner brings us both in the office. I want to commend you guys. And I'm trying to.
I said, what did we do? Commend us for taking G in the back?
Fucked up at work.
Gee, anything that was back there, because you'd find baggies of weed, you had cocaine, you had pills, you had Viagra, you had erection injections back there.
I only
You
found
had
coke
dildos,
once.
you had everything back there.
Yeah, I only found
Cock rings.
Yeah. Poppers.
Yes, I remember that girl showing us to do poppers, and then I got in her face. I'm like, and she's like, "Give me dirty." What the fuck you think I'm gonna do?
Brad, you and I, we should apply. Let's go.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
That was like a
Let's
fucking
go work
dream
there.
job.
Should go at least. Everyone should go at least once. It's a great place to take a girl because she doesn't have to get naked just to see that. Anyone wants to see that, you know.
I agree with just once because it does show you like the difference of wanting somebody for sex or wanting somebody for a long-term relationship. It's like, you know, there's some of the girls there, they just make you never want to date again or trust a girl again, you know.
And then there was couples that have been together 30, 40 years. They have no problem with it. And we had guys coming up asking me, white guys, "Hey, you got any bulls in there?"
Isn't that where you met Juicy in Congo?
Camera there.
Wow, that's hot.
Yeah.
This motherfucker.
What do you think about that, Cornelius and your wife?
If that doesn't get you hard, I don't know what will. A man wearing a wig with a face full of shaving cream.
You've all
that-
seen
that
Guess
that
we're not
before.
taking enough
Right?
tests.
It just does it for me.
Well, she's got to shave.
What?
That's a nice way.
Well, she's got to shave.
Yeah.